Welcome to the Tiger's Den, everybody. This is one of those nights. I'm not lying. You can consider it, they call it Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, but it's all good because we're going to make it right. I'm going to do this tonight a little bit different because I'm going to be on a mission and on a task, and therefore I won't be doing my regular salutes throughout the video. Uh, I'm going to say my salutes in the beginning, and then I'm going to just keep going. And then what we'll do is I'm going to do, if anyone should give me a cash app or whatever, I'll do it close to the end, um, to acknowledge everybody or any super chats or anything. I want to say first, welcome to everybody that came. I'm sorry. I've been working on this, and I'm always working on it before time to make sure I'm ready at time. And at 7 o'clock, I was here and I was on, but nobody could see me. And then, so what I decided to do was to just go ahead and go out and reset up and come back in because no one could find the link. And so I'm back. This is one, I hope you saw the thumbnail. Um, I had said I was putting this subject to rest. I had put this subject to rest, but it seems that this is a conversation that seems to keep coming up. And because it keeps coming up, and in the manner in which it keeps coming up, then I take everything as a legal allegation against me. And so I must again come and tell my story. I don't let anyone tell my story. I have to come and tell my story, show my proof, and then let the people believe, think, feel what they want. It is very sad to me that I have to do this over and over again. But when you're dealing with a person who has psychopathic tendencies, I'm not a psychiatrist nor a psychologist, so I can't deem anybody to be anything. I can just tell you the behaviors that people display. And when you have people that's displaying this type of behavior toward you, I can never make enough videos for you guys to well, I'm going to make this video and you can make your own decision, but they're going to make another video and it's going to be another video and it's going to be another video. I don't do that. I'm only going to stick with my facts, because anything that I need to do outside of that, I will do it outside of that. But you guys trust me. You've listened to me, and you've honored me with your presence, with your money, with your memberships. And for that, I'm truly grateful. I take nothing for granted. I've heard all kinds of things about me this past week, disparagingly, and it's unfortunate. But when you speak a person's name, then you give them the right to speak your name. And I am the type of person, I believe in the law of reciprocity. And that's, some people call it karma. Some call it reaping what you sow. I believe in all of those things. Thank you, my dear. I won't be acknowledging them as I normally do, but I will be acknowledging them. I love you, niece. Thank you so very much. But I'm going to stay on course because it's going to be an even flow. And I need you guys to stay with me. And I'm going to suggest to you guys that you do just what this person suggested that his chat do, and that is to make sure that you have your camera ready. I want you to take still pictures of these letters that I'm about to show you, and then I'd like for you to examine them for yourself. This is going to be used under the Fair Use Act, and what I'm going to be doing is critiquing, I'm going to be criticizing, I'm going to be teaching, and hopefully there will be a little humor in here somewhere, although none of this is funny. Salute, baby boy. It is not funny at all, and it's very sad to me that you have to go to these measures. When I got on YouTube, I tell this story all the time. I got on YouTube to help uplift fallen humanity. We as a people have spent our whole lives trying to mean something to somebody, but you should mean something to yourself. And if you mean something to yourself, everything around you will come into play. And if it doesn't, then you let it go. It took me a long time to learn that because we have life experiences, and with those life experiences, we have trauma as children. And the trauma doesn't always come from inside the home. Sometimes it comes at our churches. Sometimes it comes from our schools. Sometimes it comes from the playground. Sometimes it comes from the movie theater. It just comes from different places. So we all have experienced some type of trauma. And trauma is no excuse for people to come on YouTube and wreak havoc in people's lives and pretend that everything is okay when we know, in fact, it is not okay. We know that by people behavior, and that's what I judge people by, their behavior. I hear a lot of people say that that's what they do. We study behavior, we look at behavior, and the very same people that's telling us that are really exhibiting the worst behavior. Well, I do my best to be the living example that I want you to see and that I want to be. I do that. I purposely do that. I'm a person, I get angry, I talk shit, I say some shit. And tonight you're going to hear some shit. And, I was contemplating if I wanted to even play those uh, tapes because, I was saying, fuck them crazy ass people. Well, I wasn't talking about no individual particular one. I lose subscribers almost, 2 or 3 every other day. So if I should lose some of you all, I really hate that because I was not speaking to you all as individuals. I was talking about people as a whole, but I am who I say I am. And when you hear me in these conversations, you will actually hear me. Rashida, I really owe you an apology because I'm talking about you pretty hard. Not because I'm going to let you hear what I said, but because the world is going to hear what I said when you hear what I said. But I don't dislike you, never have. But I wasn't very favorable to you because I was really deceived. And, we all say it's all about who we like. And it really is. And as I say all the time, we always excuse the behavior of people we like. We do. And I'm a person, and I'll tell you this. I talk about everybody I know, good, bad, or indifferent. It's always not good. It's always not bad. It's not always indifferent, but sometimes it could be all three. Sometimes it could be one or the other. But I am the type of person that I really do own who I am. I don't whoop nobody ass, and ain't nobody whooping mine. I don't shoot people. I don't own a gun. I don't do none of that shit. I don't talk shit, but people say I talk shit. No, I speak and stand for me. And that's all I can do. I'm the same with you guys as I am with anybody that know me. Anybody that know me can tell you, yeah, that's who she is. Yeah, that's what she do. Yeah, that's what she say. And she mean it. All of this, I'm in a wheelchair is what I heard this week from Regina. She said I was couldn't bathe my own self and all this stupidity. That's absurd. But, she told the story, and I'm going to see how well she can tell a story. She think her words hold weight. We'll see how much weight it really holds. She says she's a nurse. I don't know that. And a nurse don't determine inside of my house what goes on. We've been talking about JJ, and I would suggest that you all, I did not put it in my description now, but I will have the information in there. I suggest that you all start writing to the people that need to know about Regina, Boss Mom, Kwame, pyramid scheme scam that was going on. I think that we should stand for something. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. That's why we have to stand. We as a people, we're afraid because we think maybe they'll look into my background. Well, they can look and find whatever they find. They will find me. That's who they'll find, me. And I'm not the sharpest tool in the box, but I am a motherfucking tool in the box. So you can believe that. I've seen a lot of weird moving going on this week, some that hurt me to my core, but I survive. I persevere. You know, people say that woman crazy. You shouldn't feel like somebody can hurt you. You don't know them. Well, I do know people. I don't have to be in your presence to know you. If I communicate with you and you communicate with me, then I develop feelings for you as a human being. And so I'm very loyal, could be to a degree of fault, but I am who I am. But I also know when I've been betrayed. I also know when people are lying on me. I hear what you say, I hear what you don't say, and I hear what the fuck you say when you change your mind to say whatever you say about me or not to me. I'm that person. I'm not clairvoyant, but I'm intuitive. And I was given that gift of discernment. And I even lack that gift at times because I want to believe all things, all good things about people. But, you know, that's just some beautiful shit to say, you know, and I understand that. So I hope nobody take it personal when they hear my voice because, you know, before I was not going to even play what I have to play. But when this person continues, and this person is Armando Black, and I'm calling him by name, that he is on YouTube. That's what I'm calling him by. When he makes some false fucking letters and put them up before his people, and they laugh and genuinely think that he's being honest and forthright with them, then I need to show them different. Then he made a statement that you can take a screenshot from a damn iPhone and do anything you want to do with it. Well, that's a goddamn lie. And maybe some of y'all can, but I'm not a technological person, and I can't do that. So I don't know how that's done. I don't have editing skills. I can't put faces on people. You know, I can't do none of that shit. I can't even slice a damn video and cut out a section and piece it back together. Gotti tried to show me, and we did it one time on one of my videos. But after that, I can't do that. I'm the type of person, if I'm interested in it, you're in trouble if I'm interested in it. Because when I come for you, I'm coming. And you can believe I hit my target. My son prides himself in being my son because he knows his mother has had to go up against the United States government in the form of the Internal Revenue Service, the state of Texas in the form of the Department of Human Services, the county of Dallas, and a plethora of private companies. And trust me, I went with everything my mother gave me, everything inside of me, and I used the knowledge that I have. I don't disrespect anybody's knowledge, their education, their ability to earn money. I wouldn't want to do that to nobody. I don't try to be over nobody's livelihood. I don't go and hoodwink and talk behind people's back, but I do talk about people. So if you want to call it talking behind their back, call it what you want to. But like I said, a lot of people do the exact same thing that I do, but I don't know if they have the integrity that I have. And even if it costs me a loved one, so be it. I also want to give honor to my ancestors. I had a nephew who came home this week. He's been in jail for over a year for the murder of a young man. And when this incident happened, I went to work. I looked up every case I could find on Stand Your Ground because my nephew was not at a picnic with his family celebrating his girlfriend's grandmother's birthday to end up having to kill a man. But that happened. The man lost his life. He threatened to kill my nephew and his entire family. And I went to work and I took him to turn himself in, my son and I. We took him to walk himself in. But I armed him with case law. And I told him while he was locked up to read everything he could read. Everything he could read. He got to come home, but he ended up getting revoked and had to go back to jail. And he spent the whole time of COVID in jail, not knowing if he was going to die, get sick. He didn't know. But he knew what he had done, and he knew why he done it. And y'all, even though we have a criminal injustice system, justice was served in this young man's case. He's not a bad young man. Didn't have no long record. Wasn't out there doing just no anything. He did what he had to do. And I support him and supported him. Thank you, Hitchbox. You're about to make me start crying. But thank you very much. But I supported him through all of that. And it was a jury of 12. 12 people heard his story and knew that if it was not him who did what he did, he would have been the one that we would be remembering today. And it was so sad because the family were friends. And the mother, she couldn't even say nothing bad about my nephew. All she could say is she don't understand why her son went there like he did that day. But I want to get back to, people don't really understand. We have real life issues while these people bullshitting and playing and taking people money and then trying to take brown skinned ladies' daughters' scholarship. Brown skinned lady, I want you to know, I spoke with some alumni at Black historic colleges, and they told me to let you know it ain't shit them people can do to your daughter's scholarship. But what we need to do is put an end to these people and their shenanigans. And if it's the last thing that I do, and Lord knows I don't want that to be the last shit that I do, but if it is, trust me, it will be. Because I will see them. And I ain't talking about like no nigga on the street, because I don't do no fight. Had 3 fights and lost all 3. So now I won't be doing nothing like that. But I will see them, and they'll see me. And somebody's going to have to answer for the behavior of Kwame Brown, Regina Bryant, and Tilda Mae Murray. I don't give a damn about them calling me fat, bald head, can't bathe myself, in a wheelchair. They've been tapping into my Facebook page, into my IG page, and I damn sure do roll in a wheelchair every time I'm in the airport. Trust me. I'm handicapped and I'm able to do that. I damn sure do roll in a wheelchair anywhere that I have to walk. I live with congestive heart failure. I live with a broken body, but I walk every goddamn where I go, except for long distances. And for this lady to think that that's cute and talking about she's a nurse and a veteran, well, we're going to see what they think about her pension. Because that shit sounds real good, what she's saying. But they can't fuck with me. And they can call everybody in this country. But I guarantee you, they can't fuck with me. Not like that. And then I heard that Kwame put out a threat that he got an ain't for me. I don't know what the fuck that means. But if he does, she better be ready to answer under oath. Because I'm that girl. I'm really her. This is the league that I live for. I advocate for other people. But make no mistake about it, I do damn well for myself. I don't have enemies of the state and nowhere else. But since now I've come on YouTube to uplift fallen humanity, just to help my people. Now I'm getting threatened by people I don't even know because Kwame is with a girl that's putting Visine in men's drinks. I think, y'all, we need to be so appalled. Everybody should be writing the DA in Fulton County. Everybody should be writing the Better Business Bureau. Everybody should be writing the governor. Everybody should be writing the Archbishop in Atlanta because he has more power than the governor. Everybody should be writing to let them know what these people are doing here on YouTube. Everybody should let them know about the cult behavior. Everybody should be letting them know about the cult behavior. Everybody. Now back to Armando Black. Everybody should be writing YouTube, questioning him, questioning his activity on all of these subscribers that all of his 3 minions have. And we all know that these people have minions. You have Armando Black, the puppet master. You have Papa Will, the confuser. He comes into your chat and make conversation and act like he's interested. But all the time, they're dropping other motherfuckers' links in your chat. They should have Kalani management. As respectful as he is, he does the apologizing. So I call him the apologizer. And then you have D-Truth, the one that talks about how the Lord did him and what the Lord did for him. And then they all know that those numbers that they have don't add up. And everybody talking about who's the algorithm and whose name is the algorithm. No, algorithm don't go by no motherfucking alphabets. Algorithm go by numbers. It don't have nothing to do with your name. That's something cute to say and for us to give money. I give to who I want to because I want to. And I'm able at the time that I give. But let me make myself perfectly clear. I'm not asleep on here. I just didn't know how this shit went. So I'm going to tell this story about Armando Black. I was the only human. And my brother kept saying, you need to ask yourself why you were the only one doing that. And I'm just that person. I was the only human who didn't believe that he was really doing what he was being accused of. And if you listen to Armando's story, he's just like Kwame. They talk to their base. They're not talking to everybody. They're talking to the people that truly believe in them and truly want to believe that they're honest and integral. And perhaps I was a part of that base because for a while I was taken by those goddamn lies and stories. I seen this man on one panel. He was on Cookie's World panel. And he was saying some good shit. And I said to him that that's some good shit. I'd like to interview you because I do interviews on Tuesday. And I'd like to interview you. And he said he would, but he didn't contact me for I don't know how long. It wasn't until he started rambling and having a problem with Rashida and Random. Then he contacted me. I should have, against my better judgment, I should have not taken the interview. But because I am who I am, and I'm about uplifting and helping the people, I took the interview because I thought maybe us new content creators could gain some knowledge from that. And y'all, I'm sorry, I explained to everybody. I'm not going to acknowledge everybody like I normally do right now because I really need to get this story out, and I really need y'all to hear me. I need y'all to get y'all cameras so you can take pictures of what I'm about to show. You will hear Armando's voice. I've never used nobody else's stuff except for my recorded conversations with him. I've never used nobody else's stuff. But today, I must. You see, I am who I say I am. And I can say that 1,000 times, but I can show you even better who I am. And I stand in who I am. Let me start. He had a friend that was on the show with him, and that friend was Money Boy Trey, he calls him all the time. And that guy was talking to T.Y. and Armando. And he was talking to him saying that even if he did buy her some numbers, he was just trying to help her out. And T.Y. said, no, but she doesn't do anything like that. And so he said, well, just like you didn't get into those 2 men business, you ought to stay out of this because that's just a man and a woman business. As he was implying, like if he was doing it, I had knowledge of it and I went along with it. Bullshit. I worked very hard to get these people that I have. And like I said, I cannot grow exponentially because it seems like from 12 to 13, from 12 to 1,300, I lose people every other day, and it eases up and it goes down, and it eases up and it goes down. I'm not about like, clicks, views, numbers. I want all of that. I would love to have it all. I really would. Unfortunately, that's not happening for me. So I take the ones who are interested in me, who come and listen to me. And I give you guys everything I have to give. And I honor you as you honor me with your time, with your likes, with your views, with your shares, whatever you do to honor me, your hard-earned money, I am appreciative and grateful. I really am. So I would love to see $500 and $600 a day. I'm on twice a week. I would love to see $300. If I get $50 sometime, I'm very grateful because that's more dollars than I had. But this is a business for me. And that's how I see it, as a business. And that's how I work it. But it's mine, and I do it my way. And I try to give you all everything that I have to give so that you all are satisfied with the way that I choose to do business. Okay, thank you very much. I honor you very much. Thank you. So now let me get started on why we're here. I really have planned to do something else, but we can't keep putting off shit that need to be done. This money boy Trey person, this is not the whole letter for him. I tried to get the whole letter, but we didn't get to copy the whole letter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the email, but I'm going to try to share the screen where the email is. Just give me a moment, y'all. I've been working on this stuff to try to get it together for y'all because I don't want y'all to miss a second of what I'm talking about. Not 1 second. Where is it at? I was so angry with the Money Boy Trey situation. Let me put this over here. I need this. I need this to go over here. I want to put this over here. And let me come back to you guys and see if I can share my screen, because I got a lot of shared screens up here, but I want to share my screen so y'all can see. Okay. Is this the one I want here? I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. I'm going to make it big so you guys can see it the best you can. This is an email that I sent to that young man after I seen him on TY making those statements. I heard the other day Armando talking about this, and that's what made me decide to go ahead and do this again. This was on Monday, August 15th, 2022 at 4:08 a.m. My name is Cheryl Yvette Jernigan. Anybody need to know? This is my personal email address. And I was so angry, I had sent my personal email address. I did not realize it. Scorpio102658 at hotmail.com. That's me. Greetings, Petty Springer. I'd like to speak with you as soon as you can. Get back with me. I heard you speaking on me just now on a playback, and I didn't like the sound of the conversation. Will you hit me back and judge me on your experience of me and not what you heard of me? Peace be unto you, Cheryl Y. Jernigan. Well, I said Toothless Tiger. Okay. Let's find the other one. Okay, come on now. Let's get right now. I got to find the response. Replied 8:15 and 11:15. I tried to go in there and search because I couldn't find it right away. So I was trying to find the ones that open up the whole thread. That's what I'm trying to find. I don't see the one. I need to find this whole thread. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm really all right. Let me try to type it in there again. Honey boy Trey. 5:04 p.m. Let's try that one. Okay. So here we go. I sent this to my printer. Okay. There it is. This is all of them on there. And so he said, I'll be live at 10:30. I'll send you the link. And he actually sent me the link. And I wrote him and said, you can holler at me after you're live. I don't just hit links. What I want to speak with you about is not for a live for me. I live and I have my being in these 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I am a 63-year-old ghetto girl, as the world would call me. However, I am an Asiatic Moabite mother of a 41-year-old Asiatic son of integrity. I came on YouTube to share my journey on who we were before we were known as slaves, to help uplift fallen humanity, mainly our people, from this system of tyranny and Christian hegemony, not to tear each other as a stateless nation of Asiatic people down. You must have never checked out my show. In your analogy of assessing what happened to me, you appear to impugn my character, and I wanted to speak with you myself, not for no show. I am a real life certified retired revenue officer of the court, trained by the U.S. Department of Treasury, the Internal Revenue Service, where my badge retired with me. And give me a moment, please. And as long as we were working, we could not show our badge. And I'm going to show my badge. That's the United States Treasury. My badge is retired. If you look, you can see in the holes where it says retired. It's a hole that says retired. That's who I am. That's me. As long as we're employed, you never take pictures of those badges. And if anybody try to use it, well, you know the story. Do it at your own risk and go to prison. It's your choice. I truly have the skills and the business acumen, the connections and relationships to investigate any issue, and I am good at what I was trained to do. And let me make no mistake about it, I have no connections in the Department of Treasury. We're not even allowed to look at our own Social Security number. So I would never ask anybody to put their livelihood at risk for me. When I say I have the connections, trust me, I know people in all places. And they are integral people. But they know people in all places. And I don't do no backhanded shit. Everything I do, you'll know it. Because everyone has to know. So you don't have to worry about that. I don't do no seedy shit, no backhanded shit. I don't threaten nobody. I produce what I say I do. This is no joke to me. And to imply that I made an attempt in any manner to defraud anyone is contemptuous and defamatory, to say the least. I also have the video that your friend took down. I had already copied it, and I did not fabricate or tamper with no letters of any sorts. Those are bogus instruments he presented to his base. What I did was believe that he was falsely accused of buying subscribers. And it wasn't until I heard you making light of the fact, as you stated, if he did, he was trying to help her. And you implied that perhaps I was aware of the unscrupulous actions and went along with it. None of that is true. I realized on panel that he is the derelict that he was being accused of being that night. And he lied several times that night by misrepresenting the truth. I wanted to speak with you and allow you to draw your own conclusion from your experience of having a conversation with me and hearing both sides. I bet you Regina won't put her license up or her DD 214 if she own one. She says she's a veteran. I bet you she won't do that. As I close this epistle, keep one thing in mind, if you would. Truth has no versions. It is what it is. Here's what I know to be true. For those who comprehend, no explanation is necessary. And for those who don't, no explanation will suffice. You were welcome to call me, mainly because you spoke on me, and I deemed it only fair that you speak with me to draw a just conclusion. Frankly, Trey, what you think of me is none of my business. And I recognize that most people don't walk in the honor and integrity of their parents like I do. So it is well. Cheryl, Toothless Tiger, sent from my iPhone. So I heard him talking and saying that I was questioning the intelligence of the smart people in his chat. I've never questioned the integrity of nobody in his chat. I've never questioned anything. But I want y'all to take a picture of this letter. This is the first letter that he put up, the video that he took down. This is it right here. And it says, "Hi, Armando Black TV." I'm going to read it like he did because he read it. "We regret to inform you that we have received several complaints from other tube content creators that there may be suspicious activity in regards to your sub minus an S and view minus an S count minus an S on your channels. Due to the excessive number of complaints that we have received regarding this matter, our team must do their due diligence, a word, phrase that he used every goddamn time he opened his mouth. Now YouTube is using it to protect the integrity of this brand, a word he and Kwame Brown use every other goddamn word. Gilbert Arenas is a millionaire, and you ain't never heard him talking about protecting no fucking brand. But that's what these two people say. You will be notified within 24 to 72 business hours. That's 24 to 72 business hours that he got from me that I told him when I told him I had contacted YouTube about the numbers on my video with him. Upon the completion of a thorough investigation of this matter. Please be advised that your channels may be terminated and you may be facing severe legal consequences if our team detects any suspicious or fraudulent activities involving either of your 3 channels. Perhaps they do that. I would not believe that, especially coming from him. And then it has at the bottom the YouTube technical support team. Now, that is the first letter. And you'll get to hear him read it. Then he went on to show us a letter. He said he even shared with me and his audience a letter that he received from YouTube that came on Sister T when she clapped his channels. I don't know anything about that, but here is the letter. You guys can see it. You can see YouTube is put back together and not spaced apart. But he didn't show us the bottom of the letter. And I don't have it over to the side, but I have it in the video. You can see where it came from his sent files. The letter that he claimed was the letter from me. Now, here's the letter that he did this big grandiose show the other night. It's blurry, but I'm going to point out to you all some places that I want you to pay close attention to. He didn't read this letter. What he did is let it sit right there. I'm going to let it sit right there. I'm going to let it sit right there. Yeah, I'm going to just let it sit right there for 3 minutes. I'm going to let it sit right there. 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 It's going to sit right there. I'm going to let it sit right there. I want y'all to look at it. I want y'all to look at the body of the letter. Look at the body of the letter. Look at the body of the letter. I'm going to let it sit right there. I'm just going to let it sit right there for 3 minutes. I'm going to let it sit right there. I'm going to let it sit right there so y'all can see. This is the same letter that this woman accused me of. I'm just going to let it sit right there. Now, Matt K was texting in the chat, and Matt K pointed out that's not the same letter. And he said, we know that you can do anything with a screenshot with those iPhones. Well, I have an iPhone 13 that my son just recently gifted me, and I ain't seen shit you can do with no screenshot, but send it or take another screenshot. It's like a PDF file. You don't get to operate inside that document. I'm not good with the computer, but I've worked on jobs and I got enough sense to know that. But here it reads. It's very blurry, but y'all, please, I'm going to instruct you as he did. Please take your screenshots. Please get your camera. Take a picture so you can look in the second sentence in the words I am about to read. And it goes a little something like this. Hi, Amundo Black TV. We regret to inform you that we have received several complaints, and it's very blurry, but I'm going to read it anyway, from other YouTube. Now the word YouTube is put together. Isn't that strange? In the other letter I showed you guys, it was far apart. Hope you took pictures. If you didn't, I'll run it back in a minute. YouTube content creators, that there may be suspicious activity in regards to your subscribers and view. Now we got subscribers. The other one said sub and view count. But now this subscribers and view count on your channels due to the excessive number of complaints that we have received regarding this matter. Our team must do their due diligence, his language again, to protect the integrity of this brand, his language again. You will be notified within 24 to 72 hours, business hours, my language, upon the completion of a thorough investigation of this matter. Please be advised that your channels may be terminated and you may be facing severe legal consequences if our team detects, never, I don't believe they would use this in no business letter, any suspicious or fraudulent activities involving either of your 3 channels. And then I've got to get chased down from here so that I can, let me see, here it is. Exit that so that you guys can see. I need you all to see. I need to put some small up there. Let me put some small up there. Okay, so I need you all to see it. Let me go back large so you all can see now the YouTube, which is back together, technical support team. Okay, now those are definitely 2 different letters. that have been mailed to YouTube along with my complaint for them to tell me that this is true. Because again, I do not take kindly to threats and maligning my name. I do not take kindly to lies for no reason on me. All I did was ask this young man to be on my show to help new content creators. And I did this only for the new content creators. Hold on one moment. Okay. If y'all would give me 1 second, I need to take a little break right here. One moment. I'm sorry. I don't have to make y'all wait. Let me just let y'all hear something here. I'm trying to see which one comes first. This is the one that comes first. Now, remember, Armando told all of us, because he told me first, that they contacted him Wednesday over in the morning time. Over in the morning, he got an email saying that other people had made complaints about him, supposedly buying subscribers or whatever. He said that. And I thought that was awfully strange, but hey, I said, and they did this right when this happened to you on my show. Ain't that strange? Well, let's listen to him talk about that. I believe this is the right one that I have in queue. Let's see.
3 months in there talking about, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. All right. Let's see what the hell YouTube has to say about it. All right. Now, the only thing I got wrong, ladies and gentlemen, was the date. This was actually sent to me on Tuesday evening. Now, let me tell you what was going on Tuesday. I did a hot seat lounge. I cooked like hell. All right. Then I had a couple of errands I had to run. Then I had to rush back here to get ready for our interview. So I didn't have time to look at all of my emails. The only email that I actually was concentrating on was the email from this content creator so that I could join the broadcast. Because I didn't want to hold her up. And she hadn't had any sleep that day. So I wanted to be on time so we could get this show done. All right. So this email actually came in somewhere around the time on the evening of July the 26th. And let me read it to you all. Hi, Armando Black TV. We regret to inform you that we have received several complaints from other YouTube content creators that there may be suspicious activity in regards to your sub and view count on your channels. Due to the excessive number of complaints that we have received regarding this matter, our team must do their due diligence to protect the integrity of this brand. You will be notified within 24 to 72 business hours upon the completion of a thorough investigation of this matter. Please be advised that your channels may be terminated and you may be facing severe legal consequences if our team detects any suspicious or fraudulent activities involving either of your 3 channels. Sincerely, the YouTube technical support team.
Okay, I need to stop that because I wanted to show something. Okay, now y'all heard this, but I want to take it back so that you can hear him specifically say sub and view. I want you to specifically listen to his words. Normally, if I play his voice, he says that I misconstrued his words. Well, I can't misconstrue his words if you're listening to him speak. I need you guys to pay close attention to what this is being said. I'm sorry, friend. I was under the assumption that you were okay with me providing you not viewers per Armando Black. No, you're not sorry, whoever the fuck you are, and that's bullshit. Don't zap them right away because I need that for evidence. So don't zap them. Please let them stay. Yeah, this is a joke for them, and I'm happy. And if y'all see James Gype show up in my chat, please make sure that somebody get a screenshot. James Gype. And if you see any of his minions, the 3 men that accompany him, and those 3 men are, again, Papa Will, the Confuser, Kalani, the Apologizer, and D-Truth, the Peacemaker. If you see any of those people in here, if they say anything, they may be watching, but if they say anything, then by all means, please take a screenshot because they mean me no good. I don't know what they mean to anybody else. I can just tell you what has happened to me just because I wanted to give an interview to a, as they love to say, content creator here in YouTube. I think it's really sad because I have people all over the world that's watching my show, and they're enjoying what I do. And for me to have to do this, I'm going to say it's honorable because we need to understand that all skin folk ain't kinfolk, and all kinfolk ain't on your side. And once you start understanding that and realizing that these people don't mean you any good, you can think that y'all happy and we friends and we salute and hi. And you know, that's one of the reasons that I like watching Cookie's World, because she gives us those numbers that come out and she lets us know that, you know, if it apply, then use it. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Because oftentimes, you know, we don't know what's happening to us. And a lot of you guys say spiritual warfare and all that sounds real cute and shit. But spirit means breathing. And spirits means breath, and spiritual means breathing. These are people that are committing these heinous acts in the name of some demonic force. I don't know nothing about all them forces. The forces ain't never helped or hurt me. It was a person that hurt me. I was looking at them, or I was talking to them, or I was listening to them, or I was typing back and forth with them. I ain't never sit up and wrote and talked to no goddamn spirit. I haven't. But for those of y'all who have, and for the y'all who do whatever you do, I have no problem with that. So now I want y'all to hear again what this man read in his own voice.
The only thing I got wrong, ladies and gentlemen, was the date. This was actually sent to me on Tuesday evening. Now, let me tell you what was going on Tuesday. I did a hot seat lounge. I cooked like hell. All right. Then I had a couple of errands I had to run. Then I had to rush back here to get ready for our interview. So I didn't have time to look at all of my emails. The only email that I actually was concentrating on was the email from this content creator so that I could join the broadcast. Because I didn't want to hold her up. And she hadn't had any sleep that day. So I wanted to be on time so we could get this show done. All right. So this email actually came in somewhere around the time on the evening of July the 26th. And let me read it to you all. Hi, Armando Black TV. We regret to inform you that we have received several complaints from other YouTube content creators that there may be suspicious activity in regards to your sub and view count on your channels. Due to the excessive number of complaints that we have received regarding this matter, our team must do their due diligence to protect the integrity of this brand. You will be notified within 24 to 72 business hours upon the completion of a thorough investigation of this matter. Please be advised that your channels may be terminated and you may be facing severe legal consequences if our team detects any suspicious or fraudulent activities involving either of your 3 channels. Sincerely, the YouTube technical support team.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to cut that off because I believe in showing my face. I think when they hide behind these avatars, when they hide behind the avatars is when the dirty deeds are being taken place. I don't know. But now let me let you hear the video that shows both letters put together. Both letters. I want to remove this little baby. No, that's the one I have in there. Let me
Hi,
see.
Armando Black TV. We regret to inform you that we have received several complaints from other YouTube content creators that there may be suspicious activity in regard.
Oh my God!
Y'all, tell me what you. Hey, listen. Tell me what you. What the hell is? What is she talking about? There's the YouTube logo right here. She says this. She says something about that's misspelled. Look at the YouTube logo, and look at the body of the letter. Look at the body of the letter. Y'all look at the body of the letter. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. So won't anyone say, well, he just flashed it real quick. I'm gonna leave it right there. And you guys, hey, I'm gonna take a break. You guys let me know. I'm gonna play a little music while y'all listen. While y'all letter. Look at the body of the letter. Y'all look at the body of the letter. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. So won't anyone say, well, he just flashed it real quick. I'm gonna leave it right there. And you guys, hey, I'm gonna take a break. You guys let me know. I'm gonna play a little music while y'all listen. While y'all. We don't. No.
The fuck?
Now, I ain't Uncle Suge, but this is how he put people in an uproar and outrage, because he let their own words show you who they are. Now, he can say that I did all kind of trickery, but that's a goddamn lie. And if you want to spend your time thinking that I did some trickery, help yourself. I can't stop you from thinking what you think. But what I can do is defend the honor of my mama and my daddy that lives through me. I am grateful for the people that I have supporting me and who are able to take those letters and do what they did so that you can see the difference. I'm going to play it again like he did. He said for those slow people in the back. I don't know no slow people in the back. All the damn smart people I know was sent to the back. So I can't do that. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to play it again so you can see it again.
Get your man.
And let me read it to you all. Hi on Black TV.
Now I want y'all to look right here. This is the letter he's going to read from. This letter right here say, regards to your sub and view. This letter right here has you damn near a double space, but it's definitely a space for this arrow to go through. So it's like a bow and arrow. YouTube. He said I said something about a logo. He kept saying it like he didn't see it. Somebody told him what I said. And so you're going to take the word of somebody when you're impugning somebody's character. You're not going to check for yourself and go see. You're going to take the word of others, and then the people laugh. And one thing I can say about L, I don't know what's going on with L and everybody else. I don't know what's going on with L and Armando, but L was on Armando's side, but she was also on the side of right. So I'm going to go with what I heard her say. When he tried to talk about me, she told him that she liked me. That has nothing to do with it. She's talking about what happened. And what she was saying is, if all of these people supposed to complain about him, then if he got a letter that cleared him, then why is it that nobody is coming forth with their letters saying that no, he didn't do it? So she was making an honest, straight down the middle, fair judgment. So L, I don't know where you are. I do not dislike you. I don't have no problems with you. You've shown me more integrity than I've seen in a lot of places. Not than anybody out here, because you all have honored me. And I honor you back. Y'all gonna hear me say some shit. Y'all gonna say, damn, is she talking about me? But no, I was talking, period. And again, that is how I talk. But let's continue as he read his letter. He's not going to go all the way because this was made specifically to show the difference in the two fake ass letters that he claimed they were the same letter. But he took the first video down. What he did not bank on, I had already screen recorded it when it went up.
We regret to inform you that we have received several complaints from other YouTube content creators that there may be suspicious activity in regard.
As you can plainly see, there is enough room for this arrow to go through the and U, the tube, you and the tube. Same space, with the E and technical. I just want y'all to see that. Get your cameras, take pictures now. I need y'all to look at this, as he said. Please do that. Do that for him. My daddy used to tell us, if you see me and a bear fighting, help the goddamn bear. Don't help me. So help the bear. And that's a little old private joke my family always say to one another. Help the bear. So help the bear. Don't help me.
Oh my God.
Y'all, tell me what you, hey, listen, tell me what the hell is, what is she talking about?
This is what she's talking about. When you get to activity in regards to your noun, the word is subscribers and view without the S. 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. It should be 5, but what they did was put an S on subscribers and left the S off of view and put the count here. COUNT. Okay? So this is what she's talking about. And now the U and the tube up here is back together, and the arrow does not fit. It covers up the T. It does not fit at all.
There's the YouTube logo right here. She says this. She says something about that's misspelled. Look at the YouTube logo, and look at the body of the letter.
I didn't say shit about the YouTube logo. What I said is YouTube is spelled one word. I ain't said nothing about no logo. But remember, he said, well, y'all didn't hear that. I got the video. He said somebody told him that I said something about that.
Look at the body of the letter. Y'all look at the body of the letter. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. So won't anyone say, well, he just flashed it real quick. I'm going to leave it right there. And you guys, hey, I'm going to take a break. You guys let me know. I'm going to play a little music while y'all listen. While y'all letter. Look at the body of the letter. Y'all look at the body of the letter. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. So won't anyone say, well, he just flashed it real quick. I'm going to leave it right there. And you guys, hey, I'm going to take a break. You guys let me know. I'm going to play a little music while y'all listen. While y'all.
As you can see, the space is still there between the E and the U. But now all of a sudden, the U and the tube is back together again. And now the T and the U is separated from one another. And then the space here looked like it got wider as well. Now, I don't know if this is his typing or his friend's typing or whoever typed it. But I damn sure know who didn't type it.
We don't. No. Shut the fuck.
And as he told his audience, you guys be the judge. And again, Here are the letters where you can see it a little plain. U and tube is separated. Sub and view. U and tube is separated. That subscriber as big as it's going to get, y'all. If you look at this part of the letter down here, you will now see that it no longer says sub, it says subscribers and view. And then it says YouTube, where all of the letters are together. Now, I can't make this shit up. This is something he did. I didn't do this. He did that. Why he felt compelled to do all of this if he's not guilty of buying subs, adding subs, or whatever, how could that happen? And that, yeah, he can go live and have all the fits he wants, and all of those people who are crazy enough to get over there and believe him, I say whatever happened to them needs to happen. Simset, that's the same thing I said. If he can lie and do all of this, and I wasn't the one accusing him. He kept telling his audience that I accused him. I've been saying. I didn't even know people had been accusing him for 2 months. Had no clue. I knew about it right before it happened, during the time of what happened with him and Rashida and what's his name? Random. Sorry, Random. Your name left me. My grandmama used to do it to us all the time, so it ain't nothing personal. You know how I feel. As I stated before, I don't hold grudges. And then he told his audience I had to have a professional instrument because he never did. He couldn't tell. You know, normally when people are recording, you can tell. You can hear it, and you can tell when people are recording. Well, you probably can if they're recording from that device. One thing I love about recording, you can use multiple devices. And that's what I used. Multiple devices. Now, he said, I was so glad that she played that tape that she played, because she said herself that she didn't do no damn research. No research. And I begged her to do the research. As a matter of fact, I'm the one who told her she should call YouTube or write to YouTube or whatever the hell he lied and said, which is not true, but that's what he said. But he told me to research. He said everybody on his team, all of the people over there, they researched and they came up with the same conclusion. The same conclusion that, you know, he wasn't doing it. You can't do it in 2002. But if you could do it in 2002, he said you would have to be the manager of the person's page. That's the only way that you could do it. And I know that he said on tape that he was the manager of D-Truth's page. I don't know of anybody else's page, but D-Truth went from, I don't know, 34 people in less than 2 weeks. After Armando said he was going to get him to 500 subscribers. And I don't know how people can promise other people what subscribers they're going to get them, because individuals must subscribe on their own. But after he said that, then he said he was going to get him up to 500. And in 2 weeks, he's got as many as I have now. He's at almost 1,300. And it took me almost 2 years, a year and almost a half. Not a half, because we haven't been here that long. I think Kwame came on in about April or something of that magnitude. And I started my channel a little bit after that, although I had a channel since 2016 with 2 videos out there, but I started coming on and talking. And thanks to Random, the way I got my 4,000 hours is he told me, I don't care what you do, but you put something out there every day. And I started making my small videos as often as I could. Now, he said that I didn't want him celebrating his friend. I wasn't telling him I didn't want him to celebrate his friend. What I was telling him was I did not give a damn about him at that moment celebrating his friend. He said he wasn't going to throw no party and all this stuff because he said he had been vindicated. But let's go to when he said that he was so glad that I said it on this tape. I said it, that I had done no damn research. We're going to listen to him.
That's not the point. And you're not being singled out. You're not going to play that bullshit with me, Armando. I done told you, I never accused you of a goddamn thing. So don't keep telling me that. I don't care what nobody else said. You do. And I don't blame you for caring. But when you talking to Shirley that, you ain't got to say all that bullshit because I ain't never accused you yet. But what I'm telling you now is I know you told a goddamn lie last night. And I got somebody called me and told me to look at that damn video when you said you called me way before now and we talk every day. That wasn't true. And I don't even know why you said that. So you mean tell me ever since Tuesday, we have not talked every day? We goddamn sure have. Yes, we have. We have shots you and show you we have spoken. You ain't gotta do none of that shit. I got it on my phone. All right, well, how the hell am I lying? You said way before that. You said way before that we talked. You said you just call me sometimes just to see how I'm doing. That sweet lady. Armando, that shit you said, I didn't say that. But that ain't even got nothing to do with nothing. I asked you about a goddamn email. Okay, so you said that, hold up. Listen, I watched the playback of that video. And I know exactly what I said. See, as a matter of fact, you know what? Stay right there. I'm gonna play it. Cause see, when you be saying that I be saying stuff, I don't know if you be half-ass listening or whatever, but I'm gonna play back exactly the part where me and damn TY was damn talking. I don't want to hear that whole goddamn point. Just give me the point where I just told you. No, because you just saying you just. Give me the point that I just told you. I don't want to hear all that other shit. Just give me the point where I told you. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm going off camera for a minute, y'all.
I don't want to hear it from the time he got up there. I want to hear it from the time that you said, TY, do you know that I talk to Miss Toothpaste Tiger every day? Even way before this. I didn't lie about that, did I? Not the every day, but the way before you goddamn show did lie. And when you say you call me some mornings just to see how I'm doing and we talk twice a day, that was a goddamn lie. Those were lies, and you said that. So play it back to when you got there. I don't want to hear nothing else. You told me you weren't going to talk about this shit at all. I don't know about no motherfucking y'all, and don't put me with no y'all, Armando. I done asked you that too many motherfucking times. Now, either you're going to either send me what I asked or we're going to say goodbye. But I want you to play that shit so you can hear it and I can hear it. So you can't say about me what you keep saying. I'm going to play it now. Let's play the part that I asked. Okay, all right. That's all I need to know, bro. I have no money, like I said. I have no money. I have no money, really. Like I said, it was never personal. So you can act like this shit is all personal. It is personal. It is damn personal. That's what I hate. All things that hate.
Yep.
I'll just use myself for an example. Prior to a couple days ago, I had only did 200 people, 197 max.
No, that's at the goddamn beginning. That's not where I'm talking about.
Average been 30 minutes.
I don't want to hear that from the beginning.
The video is up. You can go check it out for yourself. But I'm just trying to.
No, you said you wanted me to hear it. You just want to show it, but you got to fast forward. I'll give you a second. You got to fast forward it. Yeah, because it's past an hour and 4 minutes. I can tell you that.
They bought subs of them. They usually have this thing called
Because I don't want to hear that motherfucking money boy Trey.
I know it now. You know what? Why would I buy numbers for another individual and not myself? So listen, this whole thing, and they do all this charging your money. Anyway, I got goddamn reported me. Put 500. Listening to what I was saying, but you weren't there to support me, bro. You were just there to watch and live in this week. Let me ask you a question. Is question jumped on someone on the panel and said it, or was somebody in the chat typing it? Okay, me and
go up a little bit or go back. It's gonna be up. I think it's past that.
Same thing, bro, is saying everyone had cards, but you had an opportunity to go live on your channel and get your opinion on that. Guess what? Done before. Grown men, they both got their own platform, right? So listen, guess what? Matt got his stuff. All before the interview. Hold on.
Yeah, go back a little bit.
Well, hold on, that ain't all of it. That's why I don't want to keep skipping past.
Yeah, go back just a little bit.
Somebody is not worried. Why is that video on Friday right now? I don't know. This is the first thing I know about this situation. The video is still on Friday right now. Okay, but see why? I'll speak with Tupa's title more than you do. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you did speak with Tupa's title on the back end, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Because she would tell you that me and her talk every single day. I call her in the morning just to tell her good morning.
That shit will never happen.
That's what I'm saying. When I call, hold on. When I call you, the first thing that does come out of my mouth is good morning.
That's what everybody does when they speak on the phone.
Okay,
you call me just to say good morning. You ain't never called me just to say no goddamn good morning. But let's let it playing. Keep letting it play.
Well, you but go, that's you make me feel good. Go right ahead. That's why I'm still staying on my lane. Me and Tupa's trying to talk on the phone every day. So I got love for Tupa's Tiger. I would never do anything. I look at her as like a aunt, bro. I call her for advice. Sometimes it was long before the interview, man.
That's a goddamn lie.
Okay.
Now you think you done called me before advice? When did I get your number before this goddamn interview?
Okay. Let's rewind. We did the interview last Tuesday, right?
We did the interview this past Tuesday. When did I get your phone number? When did I get your phone number?
You got my phone number, I think, on the Wednesday when everything broke out between me and Random. And when everything broke out between me and Random, all right, remember the first time I called you that night.
Now you emailed me because you couldn't call me without my number. You emailed me and sent me your number.
I emailed you and you emailed me first, remember? I emailed you and then you emailed me. All right.
That's
you
correct.
emailed me. And then
I emailed you back. That's correct. I'm not going to let you just say anything. I hear you telling your story, but just stick to the story. Because I told you, Armando, this is not your first rodeo with me, but I don't listen to dumb shit. Now, I'm not against you, and you keep on telling me I'm going to stay in my lane. You told me you was going to stay in your goddamn lane when we hung up the phone, but you didn't.
You went on there and you said you were gonna have no watch party, but you did. You said, I'm only going by what you said. And all I asked you was to send me a copy of your email. And if you're not gonna send me a copy of your email, just say you're not gonna do that. Because we ain't gotta go through all this other bullshit.
Okay, first of all, the celebration was from my best friend.
I done heard that shit. I looked at the video. It was for 1,000. I understand that. That ain't the issue.
When I woke up, when I was on the phone with you, I didn't even know he was anywhere near 1,000 subs. All right, when I hung up the phone with you, I didn't know, have no idea that he was anywhere near 1,000 subs. And I had told him, I said, look, man, you want to do the celebration today, or you want to just wait the next weekend or whatever. So this man was like, he is only on Friday and Saturday. Why?
That's a beautiful storyline, but really right now, Armando, I don't give a fuck about that, and y'all shouldn't be quiet. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm talking about sure you did. Fuck that, what you talking about. Fuck what you talking about, Armando. I'm not talking about that. I'm only talking about me. I'm talking about me.
I shouldn't celebrate.
I didn't tell you that. That's the shit you said.
You know what I'm saying?
That's bullshit. That's bullshit what you saying. I didn't say that to you, but I'm glad you said it to me. I'm glad you said this to me. Because you telling a goddamn lie again. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about, Armando.
Yeah, you just brought it up.
No, I didn't. I said a motherfucking watch party. I ain't said shit about your friend. You said about your friend.
You want to do a watch party? Am I hurting you?
See, there you go. You see how you just switched? I told you what I said to you the day before, and I told you you shouldn't do that shit. You said you wasn't. Now you telling me you're a grown-ass man. I don't know what the fuck you are. You could be a grown-ass girl. I don't know.
Your watch party was not done on my channel. It was done on his channel.
But that don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about. No, you the one with the goddamn problem because you keep changing the subject. It ain't no man, whatever. And I ain't no motherfucking man. So no, that ain't it.
No, I'm just saying y'all nitpicking on me.
And why is y'all at and you talking to me?
And when I do,
but why is y'all at Armando and you talking to me?
When I do come with receipts, y'all don't want to damn listen.
You keep talking about y'all and you talking to me.
I've been telling you all week, look, go do your research and find out if it's
Armando, you know what? I believe you done it now, and I'm going to let you go, okay? I didn't believe it before, but I do.
And ain't nobody nowhere, living or dead, heard me say shit about I didn't do no research. But he's over there telling those people that I said I didn't do no research. I didn't do no research. So, I understand people talk to their base and they say what the fuck they want to say. I understand that. I get it. But you will not sit up here and fraudulently represent YouTube as if I was a part first of the people that complained on you because you didn't drop no names. You said you didn't want to drop no names. And now it's all centered around what happened to me. And what happened to me was I was a damn fool and trusted you. That's what happened to me. And you're going to spin this story as many times as it'll spin. And there are going to be some people that still believe you. And I have no problem with those people. I have no problem whatsoever. My issue is with you, sir, and the lies that you told. I talked to you the day before, and I asked you, please, just leave this alone. Move forward. Here we go.
And the other half ghost watchers. And the final total is maybe 900, okay? And I immediately drop it on private once I'm done, okay? Maybe 6 hours, 6 to 12 hours later, I will only see the number of my subs that are actually subbed up. So I will probably only see 380 or 390, or maybe 400, versus what I was actually seeing when the video first stopped. Because when you drop it in the private right after you're done streaming, all of your numbers have not generated all the way through. That's what I was trying to say yesterday. All your numbers have not generated through. Because remember, you weren't streaming it directly from YouTube to your channel. You were streaming it from StreamYard to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, so you said that the people that said all of that, did they say your name? That you said the people was up in there saying about the sabotage in the channel?
They didn't say my name, but I knew exactly who they were talking about.
Oh, okay.
It's fine because I know the truth is going to prevail. And
Now, this was in the first beginning when he found out about the 72, the 24 to 72 hours. This is one of the conversations that we had.
when you get the results back, just please.
Well, you know, I already told you I was going to do that. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I haven't changed anything I've said to you from the day that I seen that. But I know for me, because this is what I told you when I normally look at, when I do a live stream, it be maybe 40 to 60 people in my chat. But by the time I end the video, you know, the streaming, it goes off. Those numbers be 250 to 351, 54, something like that. And they remain the same way. I thought it was just strange to me when I'm looking at it going from 25 to 100 and something, then 400 and something, then 600 and something, then 700 doing the live stream in an hour. And you know, like I said to me, that didn't look right. But I didn't accuse you. I didn't accuse nobody. It may be everybody in America accusing you. But I didn't. And the reason you know I didn't, because I said I didn't accuse nobody. Because I don't know what happened. But I know for me it didn't look right. And then when I got finished with it, it had 4,500. And like I told you, I don't give a damn what nobody say. I just don't believe mine in your interview pulling those 4,500 and some people. And mine and Suge's didn't pull that much. Not that you're not as famous or whatever, but I know you're not in YouTube if you haven't been over there in that area, and he has. And I just can't see that. I'm just speaking through, for me, you know, I told you, I had a mom and a daddy, and they taught me a whole lot of shit. I don't know what's going on, and I really don't care, you know, and that's a good thing for you, because I don't accuse you of anything. Like I said, I don't even want to lay down and dream that you did no shit like that. I can't help what people are insinuating and implying. You know, that's the way them same people did me. When all I said was I saw two people were wrong with Kwame and Skinny. And I'll say the same thing with you and Rashida. They can't just say you wrong. And Rashida holds no responsibility for what happened between y'all, whatever it was. Because it never should have been none of our business. But since she put it out there and everything started backfiring, it is what it is. But no, I didn't accuse you of nothing. And I'm just going to let YouTube tell me whatever they can tell me. Who knows what they can tell me? But we'll see, you know, what they can say. They can tell everything else, but I don't know, you know, what they can tell me in the way that the message read, that the guy said, you know, it could fluctuate for, you know, a number of reasons, you know. But I know.
And you also got to look at this, too, because I remember when you and Suge did that interview. When you and Suge, the night that you and Suge did the interview, I don't know what was going on or whatever. I think some big story had came out with Kwame involving Kwame and Skinner. Went live early. He went live like around 7:45. He did a live from 7:45 to like maybe like I think 12. Okay, and then the Evan Gill was on that night. Another thing too was going on. Ears was doing a doing a live that night. So that took away the rejects, the Buffs Life reject crowd that was in there, whatever. And that night, you and Suge was doing the interview. Money Boy Trey was doing a live. So that took away the state gang viewers that were.
I don't know none of them goddamn people, and they don't look at me no way. Who the hell is the state gang? And all of the Kwame damn people are the people that turned on me. So none of that shit make no goddamn sense. Now, maybe to his base, that sounds real good. But to me, that sounds crazy as hell.
In there with us Tuesday night. It just so happened about a luck of the draw, about a grace of God, because I was amazed my damn self. You had the entire YouTube floor to yourself Tuesday. I don't know how the hell that happened, but you just went live at the perfect damn time. Nobody else being in our sector, nobody else was live at that time for that hour.
Random wasn't live because he's normally live on Tuesday. No, yeah. What happened was Lonnie Love.
The only person live
is Lonnie Love. And Lonnie Love getting way more people than me. She getting more people than me on a regular basis because of her content.
But that night, remember all of the people.
Her and Rashida.
Okay, but remember that night, most of the people that would normally be in there with her were over there with you for some reason.
Oh, see, I didn't know that because, I looked every now and then at the chat, but I didn't look. I couldn't pay attention because, those numbers. And then I was actually paying attention to you. So I really didn't, get to see.
Because Kalani told me he was watching a little bit of it. He was going back and forth. But when Elle and Rashida had their little back and forth, and Rashida blew up on the.
Okay. I was going to let y'all hear all of it, but I don't want to hear all of it. Let me go to another one.
And the other half, Ghost Watchers.
I just played that one.
I don't know who did it or whatever, but a couple of people, were complaining to YouTube. They were complaining. Several individuals complaining to YouTube about me jamming with numbers or whatever. So they Wednesday morning, they launched an investigation on me Wednesday morning. That should be done, in 72 hours on me. They investigating all of my channels. I don't know why they investigating Sports Jack. I ain't hardly got no damn subs on that, but they investigating all 3 channels. And the views, likes, everything. They investigating everything. Make sure all the numbers are authentic or whatever. They were doing their, analytic inventory this week anyway. Because that's why everybody's numbers are gonna start showing up sometime tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow evening or something like that. But they London, but I don't know who the people are. That's why I'm not got any name drop anyone, accuse anyone of doing it or whatever. But whoever who ain't.
Rashida, he lying like hell. Ain't nobody complained on him to no damn YouTube. He's just lying.
It could have been in the PLA because for all I know, it could have been Sister T and Queen Regina getting back at me. Or where it could have been Lonnie and her crew. Could have been Keep the Change and her crew. Could have been no eyes on her crew. So I'm not going to automatically assume it was random in that K or whatever. Even though they vowed on their channel last week that they were going to do everything in their power to take me down.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just amazing it happened at the same time after you was on my show.
Well, Tuesday, that was before Tuesday. I mean, when me and you, Tuesday was like the day before I got.
That's what I'm saying.
From YouTube.
That's right. From what you said, yeah. That's just amazing how all of that happened coincidentally. That all of this happened at the same time.
But them complaints was going up to YouTube like before Tuesday.
Yeah, but they had to be for you to get an email Wednesday. They would have had to ban for you to get an email Wednesday.
Yeah. I mean, like early when like around the time I was getting those strikes, like I got email like early, like three something in the morning. Three, 4 something in the morning, like a little bit after I had laid down. You know what I'm saying? A little bit after I had laid down, because I stayed up pretty late Tuesday, because I watched the replay of NXT. After you know what I'm saying, after I got off the phone with D-Troop, I stayed up and watched the replay of NXT, and I watched the replay of GH. And then I went to bed. I dozed off and went to bed. Now I woke up, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And I hollered at you, man. You know what I'm saying? But I woke up like, you know what I'm saying? Like, after I got done hollering at you on the phone Wednesday, shit, that's when I checked my email and I saw it,
And Stro, he has 150 people in there, because I'm not talking no bullshit. I'm standing on truth. And so they would rather hear bullshit than to hear the truth. So it does not matter how many people he has. It doesn't matter. If you go in there and count the people names that you read in there, I guarantee you the people names that you read in there are not going to add up to 150 people. And we know that everybody doesn't have to type in the chat. I guarantee you they're not going to equal up to 50 people. Yeah, he always doing that bullshit and act like it's really something, but it's not. And it's time for him to stop that. And the only way that he can stop that is good people need to start complaining. This is unacceptable. All of this shit I'm saying to you guys, nobody's hitting my cash app, but let him tell it, his will be ringing off the wall. All of this good stuff, it means nothing to nobody, but it does to me, because it's my integrity that was impugned. And it is my name that means everything to me. It is my parents who lived and breathed and worked 2 jobs for their children that I live for. And then my son, who I teach right from wrong and beat his ass when he was wrong. That's what I do for. It is for my people that I get on here to share with them that we've been hoodwinked and bamboozled long enough. And we're going to need to stop dreaming and believing and start knowing some shit. So I share my knowledge that I obtained. Not that you have to know what I know. You can know more than me if you're hungry, because it's out there to be researched. But a lot of us don't even know that the stuff is there. And so I sound the alarm to let everybody know that there is a better way that we can live. We can't stop people from being who they are, nor am I trying. I just don't let other people tell my story. If I'm going to be talked about, I don't say keep my name out your mouth, because I can't stop you from putting my damn name in your mouth. And because you say Toothless Tiger, if you go and look up Toothless Tiger, they have several Toothless Tigers on here. Hell, I don't know who you're talking about. But when I know I've given you the benefit of the doubt, and I know that I've done nothing to harm you, and every fucking thing you're saying to me is a lie, and then you got to go and justify it and justify it and re-justify it and remake it over. And oh no, I can't go for that. No can do. I just can't do it. Salute, my darling nephew. I'm not able to do that. And I'm not a person that I just live in 100% truth. Bullshit. That ain't who I am. I don't live in lies, but I'm human. And we all fall short, and I always say of something. And what I say that we fall short of is other people's expectations of us. Because you may meet me one way, and then you see me operating as I operate every day and think I'm another way. I'm that same person. We all are. I see people as it is written. In order to have friends, you got to show yourself friendly. So I show myself friendly to whomever. I accept people for who they are or who they say they are, because I don't know who they are. I go by what they say, and then their actions dictate if I'm going to continue to be in their presence or allow them in my space. I didn't know about the metaphysical energy body, but I did know sometimes when you deal with certain people, it seems as if you've been drained of everything in you. I've seen that happen. It happened to me. But I cannot sit idly by and let a person just say what they want to say and spin the narrative and tell the story. That's why I commend my gaming guys for being here for people that really need to get away and just escape somewhere. Only if it's for a little while, perhaps just hours at a time. Some people can't afford the gaming equipment. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to sit up and look at it on YouTube. I don't even do games, but I find myself looking at the different gaming guys, and I spend more time there than I thought I would spend. Normally, I'm just going in to say hello, show my support, and make sure they get a like and an interaction in their chat. And if I miss it, I do the playback. I want to make sure that I do a like and leave them a comment, because I know those are the type things that helps us get into the algorithms. And from time to time, I will even share it. But a lot of people I know are my age, and they're not into gaming either. So I don't know a lot of youngsters. But those I know have all the games and mastered all of them, you know. But I support in the areas that I can support. I do my personal best to help someone else grow, because so many of you all, and I really love you guys. You guys, I don't know nothing about all these different communities, but I know a lot of you guys say you know each other from the sneaker community. I am so grateful that you all embraced me and want to hear what I have to say. I have some dynamic guests booked to come up on Tuesdays. I decided after Armando I wouldn't do any more YouTubers unless Uncle Suge wanted to come back. I just want us to know who we are and then start learning on our own and then teaching our babies. Yes, Simset. I tell you, I really just got on here thinking it was going to be, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. My son was asking me, are you ready for this? You sure it can be real bad out there? Oh, no, I ain't going to have no problem. Lord, did I know when I got on here that when I first get on here, the damn person was Kwame Brown. What he did was just inspire me to go on and do my thing. I didn't come on here to eat off Kwame, as they love to say everybody did. And then the witch Regina had the audacity, not audacity, but the audacity to say, who am I to think I was going to get an interview? I keep telling them bitches it wasn't about no interview for me. It was the way he handled that situation. I didn't give a damn about no interview. He's the one who said he wanted to interview me one-on-one. I asked, could it be on my platform? I didn't ask him for no fucking interview. And then they always said I'm angry. They don't know me. I'm not angry. I keep telling them I'm the fucking celebrity on my stage. And I don't worry about nobody else's stage. I really don't. I don't envy people for what they have, what they acquire, what they do. My mama taught us at a very young age, you envy no one for what they have, because you just might not want to pay the price. I'm sorry, I'm talking to y'all without my camera on. I just realized that. You just might not want to pay the price that person is willing to pay for whatever they do. And my daddy taught us to do things while you're yet able, because the time is going to come when you're not going to be able. He didn't say in your health or in your wealth. He just said the time is going to come when you're not going to be able. And trust me, that time is upon me, as far as health and wealth. But I live a pretty decent life. And so for me, it is a pleasure and a joy to share my journey. My journey. My niece Coco, I really love your channel. I love your honesty, your truth. And I'm going to tell you, I talked about your ass too, because I seen you over on Random Them stage one day, and I thought you was close to Armando, and then you was over there talking about Armando, then you was back over there with him the next day, and that shit confused the shit out of me. But when I seen you, when Papa Will came in there and you told him what you did, which I knew you was, after that, being who you are, because you're just as transparent as myself. And you've been through some devastating things. Mine not quite so bad, but some bad things. And you persevered anyway. But when I heard you tell Papa Will what you told him, damn, I know you my niece for real. Not no damn for play. You did that. I'm just a person who really, I'm honest to a fault. My mama used to tell me my mouth was going to get me in trouble. Shit, I didn't know she meant just for being honest. But I owe this to anybody who follow me, to know if you're following me, if you're listening to me, if you give to me, it's appreciated. And I'm not trying to hoodwink you out of shit. If anything, I go on people's panel and I ask people to give to the content creator. I would love for you to give to me. But I know people spend their money where they want to and how they want to. And I begrudge nobody, because people will come. Money will too. I don't do this for money, but I damn sure want it. I do this for the love of my people and for knowing who I am today. That's why I do this. I tell my stories because maybe something that I've gone through, you can resonate with it, and you can know that you're not alone. It didn't just happen to you. We didn't grow up in a house of family secrets, even though our house had secrets. When I was molested as a kid, nobody knew it. Hell, I didn't know it, because it took place in the middle of the night. So nobody knows what we go through. I damn sure did. I recorded him, but I told him from day one, Skinny, and hear me good when I tell you this. The first time I talked to Armando, I told him I know that people take people and all of this in this YouTube land. I told him, but I don't do that unless I feel it necessary. When he called me and asked me why my video wasn't showing, the first conversation we had, I did not tape him. But that second conversation, I know then he was a man not to be trusted. So Armando can say whatever the fuck he wants to, but I warned him who I am, as I have everybody. I don't bar none. I don't play with children. I don't do any of that. And everybody on here that's under 63 is a child to me. So Armando ain't telling no goddamn lie. I ain't recorded you, but I called you and you didn't call me back. So I think that question you just asked me, Skinny, and I know you got Ma in front of it, is an insult. Because I just told you why I recorded Armando. The conversations we had, they wasn't even about no recording. The conversation I had with Armando was about him being on my show, and I'm going up with 5,000 goddamn me views. But now, but I'm gonna tell you something. I record my goddamn family if I need to. I don't give a fuck who you are. If I need to do that, I do that. But this ain't no messy matter for me, MG707. When a motherfucker end up in federal court, it ain't gonna be no laughing matter for them either. And like I said, I present my own shit. Now, this is not a joke for me. This is really real, what Armando did, the way he did it. And Skinny, I called you the other day, but you didn't call me back. Because I had something else to talk to you about. And didn't have nothing to do with no goddamn Armando. No, I take this shit real serious. I laugh when shit's funny. But when shit ain't funny, I don't laugh. I don't dance when I don't hear no motherfucking music. And I sing well to myself. I don't give a damn how I sound to nobody else. I'm very happy with who I am. And I don't need to associate with nobody to be me. I was the shit when I got here with me. And I'll be the shit when I leave with me. Now, I don't know how I'm going to be with nobody else. But I can tell you about me. I'm not going to mistreat you, and I'm not going to let nobody mistreat me. And like I said, Elle is all right with me. Because I heard what she said to Armando. And the questions she was asking were valid for anybody on the bullshit that he was saying. I like who I like. But if you show me something different, then I look at you different. And there don't have to be no bad words and no putting each other down and making no video here and making no video there. Armando know just like I know. I told him. It ain't no secret with me. And if you go look at my first video, you'll know that too. He keep talking about, I recorded him. I told him, Georgia is a one-state recording law, and so is Texas. And the way he fabricates shit, then he should have been taking care of his goddamn ass. Because the shit I have, I can play it for real, though. All right, Skinny, I will, because I do want to talk to you. Yeah, but this Armando shit, it really bothered me. You know, and it was kind of almost like the Kwame shit, you know. You just, you know, you want the shit to go away. But, you know, you got these people that like bullshit, and they like the shit going and going and going. And going and going and going and going. And like Stroh said, he brags about recording people all the time. And now he wants to cry about it. I don't give a fuck what he want to do. But he can have a copy because I got every goddamn day he called me, talking about he called me every day. That motherfucker ain't never called me no every day but that week. And I told him I contacted you too. I tell you for real, my mom and daddy, they were some goddamn maids and janitors, but they meant every motherfucking thing in the world to these little old 8-ass kids they had. They mean everything to us, and a whole lot of nieces and nephews and sisters and brothers. And we don't get it right all the goddamn time, but we live in the best honor that we can in their remembrance. We do that. They gave us all they had to give. But yeah, Armando gonna keep on trying to justify and tell a lie and want to cry and all that bullshit. Fuck Armando. And I don't even, fuck you is my favorite word, but I say fuck Armando. And I think Rashida used this one the long way. Because what I care about what he's saying is nothing. Do you think I want to be before the world talking about this shit, talking about somebody that's committing fraud and putting me in the middle of it. And then telling people, every time I see her on a panel, she's always talking about how she liked the way I do this and do. Bitch, that's a lie. I done been on his panel and I ain't never said no shit like that. I heard him one time on Cookie's panel, and I said that in the audience. I've been on Suge's panel with him twice, and we was making fun of goddamn Regina. We was all laughing at her ass. We was not talking about how no goddamn good he was. I didn't even know he knew the shit he knew until that day we was in Cookie's chat, and he was on the panel. He and his puppet, Papa Will, who causes the confusion in your chat. And Papa Will be dropping links in your chat, talking about he dropping his link. And when I hit that bitch, that link went to Laura Lala. And everybody holler Laura Lala. And I don't dislike Laura, but it's some shit to that Laura Lala. Everybody that Armando called their name is some shit to their numbers. And you better believe it. And before it's over with, we'll know what it is. Because like I said, my complaint and all my documents went to YouTube in a letter certified. Fuck all this typing on a goddamn computer. I'm used to talking to human beings. I'm not used to just talking to each other. That's what we like to do as a people. We like to talk to each other. Then we start talking about each other. How I know that I'm guilty of that shit. But I also like to take action. And I try to tell people, to be real honest with you, soldiers move in silence. You don't warn the enemy what you're going to do before you do, but it's some people you need to look them in their goddamn eye and let them know what's about to hit them. They have every opportunity to cut this shit off. Armando could have stopped it way back the first time. When I told him, all I'm doing is clearing my name. But he continues like he does random. He continues to poke and poke and poke at the bear. Well, like I told y'all, a saying in my family, help the goddamn bear. So don't help me. Help the bear. Because I promise you, I ain't never won no millions, no hundreds of thousands. But I don't lose. My sister been in court for 5 fucking years on a workers' comp case. She's her own representative. She presents her case. I do her research. And they paying that lawyer that's fighting her plenty of goddamn money because he been fighting for 5 fucking years. And if it take 5 more, that's what it'll take. But as long as I live and breathe and have my right mind, and my sister live and breathe and have her right mind, and her body and her strength, and I have my body and my strength, you know, the one that I can't bathe, let Regina tell it. That bitch don't know me. I got a goddamn $7,000 tub. That bitch, I bet you hers don't cost what mine costs. And I bet you it wasn't made especially for her. But mine was. The motherfucking jets be so goddamn smooth, I feel like I'm on a 747. Lean back. Lean back. Lean back. The fuck? This ain't no joke-a-thon. I can turn the goddamn lights any color I want. The water just change as I move. Y'all really don't have no problems. Not like this. I have real life problems that are not mine, but people that I know are going through, and I'm there to try to help them get through them, navigate through these waters, because they're treacherous out here. On this YouTube, we ought to be doing every damn thing we can to help one another. I love you, Lovey. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't shout everybody else out tonight like I normally would. But this is a very serious matter to me. Very serious. And I thought it was only befitting that I just stick to the program and let you guys know what's really happening with me. I am not any different off this camera than I am on this camera. I'm not. I may be a little calmer on the camera because I know, like I said, this is all over the world. All over the world. I don't know what billionaire may see this and say, you know what, I want to help that young lady. Because I have a dream. And my name damn sure ain't Martin Luther King. But I think that we, and I don't like to use this word because I think people really abuse this word, but as content creators, and especially Asiatic women, we need more support financially. Because a lot of you guys may know what you're doing, but some of us have no clue about technology and what we're doing. But we have a message that needs to be heard. And I know that some people may believe, salute Nurse Petty, some people may believe that it doesn't matter. And it really does not matter how your background look and shit. It really does not. But don't you know you want to give the best product you can give? That's a part of who we are. We take pride in looks. Our men used to peacock. They used to get dressed up in the zoot suits. And on Saturday nights, they go and dance. Boy, they were some dancing asses. And then that's how they got chose. By the moves that they made and the clothes that they had on. We used to have clothes for every occasion. We didn't wear the same damn thing everywhere we went. Perhaps we took that too far, but coming from where we came from, it meant everything to us to be able to be presented in a manner in which we thought we could be accepted. Most didn't, but we accepted and we respected each other. We've gotten away from that. We so caught up in the bullshit. We gotten away from, how you doing? Hi. We don't even speak to each other anymore. And if we do, we talking crazy, one to another. A nation can only rise as high as it views its women. And then they got us fighting over whose position is it, the man or the woman's. But if you read the book that you say you believe in, and if you go to Proverbs 31 and 10, you'll see the woman set the government. The woman is the giver of life. The man is the protector. He protects the castle. He protects his territory and everything that falls within those boundaries. We got to understand. We got to start thinking for ourselves. And you're right, Indigo, since we can reset ourselves. But you have to do it. And you have to want it. My guest that's coming Tuesday, I'm not going to get a lot of people then. And that's okay. I don't get a lot of people. But I have the few, the proud, the faithful that want to hear my message. And I want to give it to them in any manner in which I can help. I would love for everybody to become a member of my channel. But everybody may not be able. And I thought long and hard before I chose the numbers in which to charge. I thought long and hard. And one thing I understand about us, a lot of us, we don't know our worth. We don't know our worth. And it's not about a money grab for me. Although, again, I want money like everybody else. This is a business for me. So I'm in it as a business. And businesses either make money or they fail. But I would do this shit in my sleep because I've done it so many times before. But my guest that's coming Tuesday is talking about the fentanyl issue that's happening throughout the hoods of America that nobody is talking about. When they talked about the opioids, then they had it all on nationwide news. They were giving away funds, giving away money. But this fentanyl is killing us. Our people are coming up missing. And maybe you don't do drugs, but a whole lot of y'all smoke. And they say one drop can kill 10 people. This shit is real. Everybody not like you. Team Mal, 420, King Kush, thank you for being here. Everybody not like you and know how to grow their own. You're depending on somebody else's growth and you don't know what they laced it with. Just like JJ dropping Visine in men drinks. Nobody's talking about that. That's some, instead of Mondo over there trying to discredit me, because he cannot discredit me. He can talk about me, but he can't discredit me. I'm certified. My mama said so. So I don't have to worry about what nobody else say. But when I tell you, instead of us all attacking the enemy, one moment, please. Okay, thank y'all. Instead of us attacking each other and trying to berate and belittle each other, we should be attacking that European girl that's over in Kwame's chat, giving out $10 challenges. I give out $5 challenges. I can't even get $5. But it's fine. Why do you say it? I say it. That's who I am. That's who I am. That's not who I'm becoming. That's not who I want to be. That's really who I am. I say it. My oldest sister used to tell me one thing about me is I say things that most people think. That's what my oldest sister would tell me all the time. And I do. You in the camera, so you all right. You can be in the camera. That's my nephew. That's my nephew. And he and my sister, they help take care of me very well. Don't nobody have to push me around in no wheelchair in my damn house. Only when I travel. And I do travel at my leisure. Yep, it's happening for real. And a lot of people, it's a guy just died up the street from us last week. And it was a heart attack. But it was the fentanyl. Yeah, this stuff is real. We got some real issues. These people trying to kill us. We're the heirs to the world's largest estate. And we don't realize it. But they do. They do. They not all of nothing. They is a system. It's systemic. What's happening to us? It's real what's happening to us. It's not a joke. And I know we need laughter. Laughter is medicine to the bone. That's one of the reasons I love and support Mr. Skinny, because of the laughter. Bad teeth poisons your blood. That's true. Better off not having any. That's true. But most people ain't gonna walk around with no teeth, because having no teeth ain't good for you either, because you got to be able to eat and chew to digest the food that you put in your body. And I done heard all the damn teeth jokes you can hear growing up. So what I care about teeth ain't shit, because I got a $3,000 set sitting right over here next to me that I say, fuck them teeth. And if you could read my t-shirt, you can't see it good in this light, but that's what it say. Fuck them teeth. Fuck them teeth. I was born with a 99-year-old heart, but the doctor told me 89. They didn't find out until I was 22. So I'm glad to be here. Could have been dead long time ago. I just had my son, but I was in a car wreck when I was pregnant with him. And we didn't know what was wrong with me because I was pregnant. So I had to go into the hospital after I gave birth to him. And it was during one of the shift changes that they came in. And I'm laying there looking at TV with my hands behind my head, laying in the bed. They took my blood pressure. The person left out the room. When they came back, it was so many doctors and nurses. I'm looking at their ass like they crazy. They looking at me like I'm, am I still alive? Nurse Petty, salute. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Nurse Petty just became a new member. Thank you so much. And they poking and prodding all over me. And they saying, you know, Miss Searles, that was my last name at the time. Miss Searles, are you okay? Are you coherent? And I tell them, yeah, I'm looking at TV. I say, what the fuck going on? You okay? Your heart is beating 29 beats a minute. I say, and? Well, it should be beating at 60 to 80 beats a minute at rest. Then I said, damn. Now, I really thought it was something they did to me in the hospital. So the next morning, I had to go for a stress test and a non-stress test. And then I learned that I was born with a 3rd-degree heart block. And I didn't want to believe that. They call it a congenital 3rd-degree heart block. Look it up. We all have a pacemaker in our heart, but mine didn't work. So I have to have an artificial one. I've had one for 39 years. My son is 41. When they first told me this, I didn't believe them, and I waited. And as I waited, I was very small. As I tell everybody, I started out a brick. Then I moved to a brick house. Then I moved to a mansion. And now I'm a whole damn plantation. So when I went through all of those phases of life, my size, my weight, I never knew I had a heart condition. And one of the things the doctor explained to us, and us meaning my mom and I, is that anytime the heart does what it does, and I guess you could say this is true for any illness, that it manifests when it gets ready. So there are so many things that lie dormant in our bodies that we don't even realize. And it could be life stressors, or it could be an event that causes something to happen that ignites it and it becomes to the forefront. But we have to be very careful. And that's why we stress now. Take care of yourself. Drink water. Stay hydrated. But I learned that water, H2O, is not the best hydration for us. It's H3O, which comes through fruit. And you got to get natural fruit. Because, see, they're giving us a lot of GMOs. GMOs. They're being genetically modified. They give us a lot of different things. Oh, tough love. Hey, salute. Hey. Good to see you. Can't wait till you get back. You're very well needed here. But I promise you all, we're going to have to do better as a people. We're going to have to stand up for something. We all have a level of integrity. We all have a level of what we're willing to do. Perhaps you're not willing to be on the front line. You don't have to be. Just be in the line. Maybe you can't write, but you're willing to. Hit me up. It's so much that we can do, but the pen is mightier than the sword. I know you done heard that. And then you done heard that it's not by power or by might. It says, but by his spirit. But it's the spirit in you. That's the breath that you breathe. As long as you breathe and you got a chance to do something or make something right. Because once the breath is gone, then you're transitioning into the next form of matter. Because energy only transforms. It never dies. We got to do better as a people. What they're doing to brown skinned lady, and brown skin, I don't know if you were in here when I made the announcement at the beginning, but I spoke with an alumni. I called two of them. I know them very well at HBCU here in Texas. And they know pretty much the functioning of HBCU rules. And there is nothing they can do to interfere with your daughter's scholarship or her opportunity to get one. It's on her merits she's going to be judged, not on her mom's or her dad's, not on her family history. It's going to be on the merits of her and the things that I know you said that she's worked so very hard to do, so much so that she got the anxiety, but she's done it. It's on the things she's given and put in. She's going to be whatever she wants to be. And I commend you as a parent, because I am that parent too. I'll never forget, we had a hurricane here in Texas. My son had graduated college, but he couldn't find a job. And so he took a job as a security guard at a bank in Houston, Texas. And it was in one of the richer neighborhoods, close to downtown. They call it the Jewish community. But he worked at a bank as a security guard, and he really just sit there and looked at the cameras. He didn't have a gun or anything like that. And then we had this hurricane to come, and I think the hurricane name was Harvey. I'm not sure, but I believe that was it. It was after Katrina, and it was a real bad hurricane. It took people hours and hours and hours to get from Houston to Dallas. Normally, it's a 2.5 hour drive. Okay? Normally it is. 2.5 hour drive. It took my son 11 hours to get home. 11 hours. Because it's one way in and one way out if you're coming up 45. Now you can take Interstate 10 and you can go over to 35, or you can go over to 59, 79, that'll take you over to 20. But basically, when you're traveling from Dallas to Houston, you're normally going to go up 45 because the interstate runs right through it, all the way down to the ocean in Galveston. And my son came home as they evacuated the city, and he was here for about a week, and they were telling people to come back, first responders more or less. And again, he was a security guard at a bank that just looked at cameras. He didn't carry a weapon. And so he wanted to stay at home because the mayor was telling people, if you didn't have to come back, then don't come back. And so, of course, my son didn't have to go back. His mom lived here. And so the lady at his job says that she wanted him to come back. And if he didn't come back, she was going to put him on the docks to be a worker on the docks. And I'm like, what? She had lost her goddamn mind. I said, no, that ain't going to work. So I called my friend who's a state representative, and she's one of the baddest people I know in the world when it comes to this law shit and getting things done. And I wanted her to call the lady from the state representative's perspective, because both of us are Scorpios, so we both know how to talk and handle people. That wasn't our issue. I wanted the title. I wanted that to happen. But she told me to stay out of my damn son's business. He's a grown-ass man. And at that time, my son was in his early 20s. Y'all told her she got life and bullshit fucked up. I don't give a damn who you are. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. I called that bitch myself and let her know who I was. I'm his mother. He got one. And you best believe he won't be back to that job, nor will he be on no goddamn dock. Because, see, niggas still off the dock. And he ain't finna get killed because a nigga want to steal some plasma TVs that come through at the shipping yard. Now, that ain't going to happen to my son. And he liable to get shot down like a motherfucker. I can't control none of that. But it won't be because he at work trying to feed himself and a nigga want to steal and he won't let him and then they want to set him up. No, that won't happen to my child. Now, that's why he went to school. That's why he got all this debt he trying to pay back. Damn that. That won't happen. So fuck you, the bank, and your job, ma'am. And I told my son, you ain't going back there. We lived life. I'm telling you, there's a thing that I am not proud of, but I can honestly say today that I had to live like that. I wrote a check to cover a check to cover a check to cover a check. I had a son who lived in Houston, just graduated, trying to be the man that I reared him to be, doing everything he could, honestly. And by George, I was going to do everything I could, honestly. If I didn't have the siblings that I have, the mom and the dad that I had, and even the ex-husband, his dad, we didn't get along and he didn't do right by us. But the courts made sure he did. I don't give a damn. If he lose a job and go get unemployment, we did too. My son got unemployment. If he found another job, we did too. Because he wasn't willing to do what he could. I was the parent that didn't believe in using the child against the dad. My son had his own phone since he was 10 years old because I wanted him to have a relationship with his dad. And since we couldn't talk to each other, I got him his own phone so he could call him. And he didn't have to talk to me. We can count on one hand, 3 fingers, how many times my ex-husband dialed my son's number. But he had a phone. Even after he moved out, we still had the phone. Until we got a printer that wouldn't allow us to use this system with the modem thing. I don't know what that is, but we got rid of our landline and started using the different subscribers like Sprint and all those use their little old box, and they didn't work with the faxing, so I got rid of his line maybe 5 years ago. My son is 41, and he's been out of the home ever since he went off to college. He's been on his own, and I'm awfully proud of him. And I will be his mother until I leave here, or he leave here, whichever one of us leave first. So I will always play the role of the mother. I don't give a damn how old he get. I know my place. I know my position in his life as an adult male, but he's still my baby. So I don't interfere. I'm not that type of mother. But I'm here. I'm that backbone. I'm that lioness that goes after the buffalo, the elephant, and the fucking giraffe for my cub. That's who I am. And I fight that same fight for me. And for anybody that I see that's being mistreated, if I can offer any help, they best believe I'm helping. I don't do physical shit, but I can think and I can write. I can speak, and every now and then I have $1 or $2. Every now and then. And I give all of me, not half, not some. I learned why we do a lot of the things we do when I went on this journey of finding out who were we before we were slaves, and why nobody want to tell us the truth. Because of our brilliance and our resilience. You're so welcome, brown-skinned lady. And trust me, I can give you the information if you'd like to just speak with him yourself. I can give it to you, and you know I will. My nephew, and he's been an alumni and on the board of Texas Southern University for many, many, many years. He got both his undergrad and graduate degrees there. And every now and then, if he have to, old as he is, because he's old now, he's in his 50s, he'll suit up and get out there on the damn field with the Ocean of Soul. And he's an Omega man. It's all about us coming together, working for a common good. We don't necessarily have to come together as kumbaya. But if we work for a common good, that's what will bring us together. Because anytime you start searching for a leader, looking for a leader, or appointing a leader, corruption is sure to come. Power is what corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You can find the most humblest person today, give them an inch of power, and they become the most tyrannical person you ever met. And you say, damn, how did they change overnight? The only thing is you don't know that person. You don't know the operation of their minds or what's in their hearts. They could have been that way all the time. They're called wolves in sheep's clothing. They look like the sheeple, we the people, but they're really not. And I'm a pretty good judge of character outside of a personal relationship. Now, I pick all the wrong ass people for that shit. But in dealing with people, because there's no romantic interest, you can pretty sum a person up. Not at first sight, but you could pretty much talk to a person and know who they are. And then you watch their actions. You watch their actions. I think I've played enough. I think I've said enough. I thank everybody who gave. I want to put a little respect on that at this time. And let me just say thank you to everybody that was kind enough to give to me. I thank Matt K for that beautiful thank you. Armando has the $, and he pretends that he had it made up especially for him, but you can Google that very $, turning around. But he said he had it made especially for him, and I used to say I stole it from him because I used to love that little $, and the little ching ching sound. And Matt K with his beautiful graphic work, he said, "No, I want nobody to be talking about his, ain't he stole nothing." And he immediately designed this beautiful, little, beautiful, toothless tiger just for me. Now, before I close out, if anyone wants to come up and say something, I think that I will give you an opportunity to do that. All you have to do is let me know.
It's on me. And let me read it to you all. Hi, Armando Black TV. We regret to inform you that we have received several complaints from other YouTube content creators that there may be suspicious activity in regard.
Remember the separation. I guess you can consider this the separation of church and state. Here it is right here. The separation of church and state. Believe that only at your own peril.
Oh my God. Y'all, tell me what you, hey, listen, tell me what the hell is, what is she talking about? There's the YouTube logo right here. She says this, she says something about that's a misspell. Look at the YouTube logo and look at the body of the letter. Look at the body of the letter. Y'all look at the body of the letter. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. So won't anyone say, well, he.
I'm going to leave it right there for him. Because I want y'all to see the difference. We went from sub and view to subscribers and view. We went from you separated tube to YouTube back together. We went from separation of church and state to the YouTube together and technical. And one of the things someone said that was very interesting, and I don't know who it was. Sim said, I almost want to say it was you, but it wasn't you, but it was somebody. It was Shay Vita. Shay Vita said, now, if this was being investigated, and you said that this was being investigated for this situation, which would be considered fraud, then why would the technical support team send the letter? And this letter is not a letter like a Microsoft document letter. This is an email that was cut out and put, I guess he put it in
he just flashed it real quick. I'm gonna leave it right there. You guys, hey, I'm gonna take a break. You guys let me know. I'm gonna play a little music while y'all listen. While y'all letter. Look at the body of the letter. Y'all look at the body of the letter. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. So won't anyone say, well, he just flashed it real quick. I'm gonna leave it right there. You guys, hey, I'm gonna take a break. You guys let me know. I'm gonna play a little music while y'all listen. While y'all
We don't, no.
shut the fuck.
I would never ask anybody not to go in anybody's chat, not to support anybody. I would never do that. I would ask you to be mindful that when you go in these chats, everybody, as Mo3 would say, ain't your partner. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't no real nigga. And you need to really understand what that means. Everybody ain't for you. Just because we all laugh and salute, and I love saluting everybody because everybody salutes me. But, you know, I'm very mindful now. TY, it's good to see you here. I can't thank you enough again for what you did for me in that situation, that you was willing to stand for me. I didn't see if anybody wanted to come up or not. I don't know if anybody said they did. But since I don't see that, I'm going to it's copy and paste and change some words around. I'm going to leave us with this. We have some real issues that's going on. And, you know, a lot of people say that they're great content creators, and all I hear them doing is talking about people, and maybe that makes them great. I don't know. But there are some things that we could be talking about right now, like the girl JJ that's over in Kwame's chat that's putting Visine in men's drinks. And she said that out of her own mouth. That's nothing that we're saying about her. That's something that she said. And Uncle Suge stumbled up on an interview that she said it. She did that interview about a year ago. And she said she did it 3 or 4 years ago. And if you go back to their Pink Pony, if you go to their website, you'll see a lot of the men and women speaking to being drugged. They didn't know what it was, but they felt that they were drugged and they were robbed. We could be talking about that. I'm a person, I don't believe in really disparaging a person too much, like just talking about them personally. I try to do everything ready to go to court. And I have a freedom of speech, and I speak in the vernacular of cussing because my dad cussed, and I loved cussing, and I couldn't wait to cuss. Couldn't wait to get grown. And I tell all the old folks, don't pray for me to stop cussing. Pray that your ass quit gossiping and being in other people's business. That's what you pray for. Because I don't cuss people. I cuss talking about people. I do that. I do that very well. But I don't cuss people. I don't play the bitch game and the whole game. I don't have a friend that addressed me that way, nor do I address anyone that way. You may hear me say the bitch or the hoe, but if you hear me saying that, I'm either speaking in general or I'm talking about a specific bitch or hoe. Not whore, but hoe. If you hear me say that, it's very specific. Hey, Sensitive John, I want to salute everybody. We have some real issues, y'all. Kwame, Regina, Sister T, and all of their minions trying to shut us all up and put us all in fear. They're going to dox us. They're going to call your job. Well, y'all better go to y'all handbook and look up company policy for real. And like I stated, y'all could put an affidavit on file with your county of what's going on. You can also do an affidavit, and you can also send it to your personnel, because you have a right in this place they call the United States of America to be on YouTube and say whatever the fuck you want to. What you don't have a right to do is to steal time from your job. But you get a break at work and you get a lunch hour. And nobody can tell you on that time, because you don't get paid for it, that you can't look at something. They cannot do that. It's time for us to start protecting ourselves. No, thank you, Majestic. It will not taint me. Because, see, I don't see spirit like other people do. And I promise you, I know who I am. My daddy taught us a long time ago to know who you are and to know who you belong to. My creator is my mother, and my belly button tells me so. Anything outside of that is pure something somebody else told me. And I can't say that I know 100% unequivocally that woman right there is the one that gave birth to me. And I used to do that, and my brother and I used to have that conversation until he made me realize what we know and what we believe to be so. And there is a difference. Wise men follow stars. Fools follow men. And men will lead you over a cliff. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Women, we're not strong. And don't let nobody tell you that bullshit. We are powerful. We are beautiful. We're the only group of women in the world who are the most beautiful, and everybody want to look like us, but we settle for people talking about how strong we are. We're not Herculeses. We're not Shishaleses. We're women. We're the givers of life. We're mothers. We're the matriarch. We set the tone. We're the first person that a child sees to know anything there is to know about love. We're powerful. And the system, that quiet war, that silent weapon, they know that. And that's why they keep us at odds with each other. And then they have these people they call Sambo and Gumbo, and they plant them in our communities, and they pull us in, and they have us think everything is fine, and then they drop a bomb on us. And then we realize, too late, we've been had again. No, not on my watch. I don't teach hatred and bigotry. I don't teach that. It's only one race. It's the human race. We identify by nationality, and we're stateless because they took our nationality. Many people died for us to live, and they bought into a false paradigm, and they call it the diaspora. All of that is bullshit. We need to really start studying our history and world history, because we are worldwide. We are the original people. There's never a place that existed that we were not there first as humans. We really need to know who we are, people. And all I can do is give you keys. And hopefully that will make you want to say, damn, what's she talking about? And let me just see what she's talking about. You don't have to take my word for anything. It's a lot of 241s going on. 241s. There's a U.S. code for conspiracy. It's a lot going on. A lot of people playing like they're for you, but they're against you. The genocide of those people that they call Indians are us. Indian is a tag. It's a nom de guerre. It is. There's no such thing as Indians. There's no landmass that relates to India. We're all the same people. We're Moors by bloodline. That's what we fell as. That's what we must rise as. And I'm not talking about just being a member of an organization, because a lot of people that call themselves conscious and awake are fucking the people worse than the pastors in the communities. The churches have become the new FBI. It's called faith-based initiative. They know everything about us, and they report it to massa. Massa, who is that? The people that call themselves our government. We haven't had a de jure government since 1861. Before we bought into integration, we governed ourselves. We allowed people to discipline our children, people that we trust, people that worked hard, people that wanted something. We had the most beautiful yards. Our vehicles were spotless. Our children, pristine. Even when they played in the dirt and in the mud, no matter where we lived. And we all loved on each other. Now we can't even stand each other. We don't even want to be friends with one another. Who gives a damn how you feel and what you're going through? Because if it don't affect me, I ain't into that. Wrong way to be. Wrong way to be. I can't tell nobody what to do and how to do it. And yeah, I sound like I sound. I'm very convicted. I'm Scorpio. Very dramatic. And I love Geminis for some reason. And they about the wackiest people living in my mind. But there are some good and humble people. And of course, you know, we can go down the 12 zodiacs, which is the 12 months of the year, the 12 days of Christmas. We could go on and on. Numbers are important. Why is she not important to you? Fuck why is she important to me. Why is she not important to you? You need to answer that question for you. Has nothing to do with if grown men are willing to risk their life with a stripper. Then why not let them? Because you could risk your life with the waitress at the restaurant. You see, injustice for one person is injustice for us all, Tracy J. And I don't know why it's not important to you. Because strippers have to make a living too. They just don't have to pause on nobody. See, I don't judge people. I talk about them. And I don't see nothing wrong with you being a stripper if you want to strip. You know, T-Pain said, I'm in love with a stripper. My niece once stripped. People do what they do because they choose to do it. Sometimes that's their only alternative. So I don't have an issue with the stripper. I have an issue with the Visine dropping in the drinks. Because when those men go to those clubs, trust me, they didn't go there to get drugged. They went there to watch a stripper. That's what they went there for. They went there to have a good time with their friends. Some of them there went there to get laid. I don't know. Tracy, if I sound rude, please forgive me. But I'm very passionate about this because I have a son. And my son don't even drink or smoke. But he drink water. And he's been to a strip club or two. He didn't go there to get robbed. Thank you, Tim, for stopping by and supporting. I love your work. We need you. And you need to hear me say this. We as a people need you. Then they may not be all subbing up to you right now, but y'all, I'm telling you, pain is going to draw us together. And we're going to quit mistreating each other and hurting one another. And we're going to want to know some of the things that Tim is teaching, because he's teaching some things that we need to know. And a lot of these things we can't even talk about freely because we're not licensed to do so. So that's the feudal system. And they have shut us up by saying if you're not licensed, you can't speak on a certain subject. But we're not giving you advice. We're just telling you what we've experienced and what we've seen. And Tim's show is a very beautiful one. I wish you all would go and subscribe. He talks about boundaries, something that I knew nothing about for a long time. He talks about family and toxicity, something that we all know. Okay, thank you, Tracy, because I don't want to come across that way. And, you know, my older sister always tell me I sound like I'm fussing all the time. But I do get passionate about some shit. I hear you. Yeah, those grown men may be on their own, but some of them may not be all grown men. Some of them could be young men just starting out. You know, if they never sue her, it's not about that. It's not about that. See, how can we condone wrong on one end, but on other end, shit, we ready to lynch somebody if they say they did this, if they say they did that. This woman said out of her own mouth she's guilty of committing a felony. And our lights just blinked all the way out and blinked back on. So at least it looked like I kept going. So it's not about, a lot of people would love to do something. They don't even know what to do. And if you don't feel it important, if you don't have a loved one that could happen to, then that's fine. Don't get involved. But you know, my favorite story is, right now it's me. In the next minute, it could be you. Because we have the herd mentality. It's called animal husbandry training. And we tend to go with the crowd. And whatever the crowd say, that's what we want to do. And we're part of that crowd until the crowd turn on us. And then we want everybody to come. It's just like what Kwame did to Southern Gotti, and he won't stop doing it. And calling her out of her name. And calling her a lesbian. And I really don't want to say, nor will I say, it ain't nothing wrong with being a lesbian. Because it's not. That ain't the point. That's defamatory when it isn't true. Now, if someone tried to drug you and try to steal your money, it's not about a lawsuit. That's about a goddamn conviction. That's a crime. It's called robbery and poisoning. See, most people you talking about a lawsuit with ain't got no damn money, so what you suing for? It's going to cost you more than it's going to cost them, because it's going to cost you filing fees if you present your case yourself. And if you don't, you're not going to get an attorney that's going to take that case for less than 5,000, maybe 10 walking in the door. And every state is different. Every state is different because every state is its own country. And we're not taught that. We're taught the United States. But there are United States of Canada, United States of Mexico, United States of San Salvador, Brazil. America is a continent. It is not a country. The country exists in writing in the form of a corporation. Read the 14th Amendment to the Constitution with its 7 articles. We need to start learning some stuff. You know, for real though, everything ain't about no lawsuit. And if you want to sue somebody, you would sue the one that was scamming us out of all our money. And that would be Kwame Brown. But how do you know those men who drug trying to make sure that JJ goes to jail? How do you know they're not doing that? Tracy, the devil advocate's role don't play well with me. That's bullshit, what you're saying. Because you don't know what those men have tried to do. See, when y'all run around here talking about how black and proud you are, black is dead in the eyes of the law. So they don't see you as living no fucking way. So they don't give a damn. You don't give a damn. Thank you, Tough Love. I'm not going to stop. I ain't going to be able to stop, Tough. And I'll never forget what you did for me. You know, Armando talking about he made a tape for me. That bitch ain't said nothing about me. But I know what you did for me. And I'll never forget it. You are a man of integrity. And there's so many of you out here. Longhead. Jerome Biggers. Chase Bank. Retro 13. Tim. Random. Matt K. Mr. Skinny. Sim said, I want to believe you a woman. But I don't know. But you're my kind, whatever you are. Because I love your thought process. Ha ha, Tough Love, did you hear that? The thought process. Ernst Beelan. My nephew, BMK 21. These are men of integrity. And these are men that come and listen to me no matter who's on. They come and support me. And I have to show up. Dark Star Menace. Some of y'all I can't really tell. Sensitive John, Trinity Trey, Trinity T. I know it used to be Trey, Trinity Awareness. Meaty Riley. I can't help but show up for you guys. 420 Team Loud TV. 420, I really would love to interview you on that growth process and what you were talking about one day. I really do. And I called you and you never got back with me when you sent me your number. Hitchbox. Milwaukee Jeff, my nephew. I love it. I have some real overthoughts. Some real serious. T.Y. Ray, a single father with his daughters, loving on them. Like every daddy should. He's learned to nurture like a mother would. You guys mean so much to me. And that ain't no lie. Not at all. My nieces, I love y'all. Lazy Bone, sure enough. Lazy Bone, I just love your name because I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. And you remind me, Lazy Bone, that name of one of them. But I love you guys. You all show up for me. No matter what. You all show up for me. And no, my Cash App doesn't ring a lot. And I just started getting super chats. And we love super chats, but we'd rather hear the Cash App because YouTube takes a lot of our money when we get those. And I know that you all would love to see your name go up. Kurt, you right in there, baby. Peep Game, y'all right in there. Men of integrity, men of valor, men of honor. I'm not saying y'all haven't done shit wrong and you don't have records and all that shit. That ain't none of my business. I'm talking about how you treat people. And I know that by your conversation. Kurt, raising your baby. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. You went to sleep on us the other night. But I love it. And I'm here. Y'all have my email. My number is no secret. Maria Soabi, A. Powers, Brown Skin Lady, my niece Coco, Cookies World, Lisa Lee. Yeah, I'm saying, man, I didn't forget you. I'm sorry, I just didn't see you. But baby, you my guy too. Tim said so. Mystery, I love you. I want to say you're a woman by some of your responses. Then sometimes you hit me and I can't tell if you're a man or not. You can stay a mystery. It's all right with me. Nurse Petty. And the stuff that you do for us and the truth that you know and you have to suppress, but I know that you try to teach it and share it with the people you love as much as you can. We don't even know what's against us. Cassie B, love you. Just seeing you come in here. We don't know what we up against, y'all. And it ain't about no hatred. Anything we do to change something has to be in love, even against JJ. It has to be in love. Love of self, love of life, love of others. We got to do that, y'all. We must do that. If we don't, a house divided against itself will soon fall. It will soon fall. And we've been down for 500 years. Aren't we tired of doing the same thing, expecting different results, believing the same stories that our great, 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 great grandparents believed, and ain't nothing changed for us yet? Don't we know that the president is selected and not elected? Don't you know it's all a game? It's called life and it's on a board, and the money is monopoly, it's paper, when money is silver and gold? Don't you know? And if you don't you want to know? Why don't you look at some of my little short videos? Look at some of my earlier videos. Look in the description. I give you a place to start. Start with the Christian black codes and see, don't they align with the ordinances and the laws within your city and state? It's not hard, y'all. It's just taking responsibility and holding yourself accountable. That's what it's all about. Salute. We got a new member, Cassie V. James Gipe, I see you in here. And I hope you're on the up and up, because I know about you through Armando and his trickery. And you never came to my show until after Armando and the trickery. And so I hope you are as real as, they say you are. Because we all going to have to answer to what happened to me. Everybody's going to have to give into an account. And you can believe that. That's no joke. So I hope you are as real and as honest as you sound on your show. When you're telling new subscribers, we got to be careful as new subscribers. We can't be as trusting as we think we can be. Everybody don't have our best interests at heart. And we can't just align ourselves with people. But it's very hard when all of us come from the same place. No matter who we are, no matter who we are. Pretty much everybody over here came together because we all saw something that we thought was great in Kwame Brown. And we branched off into our own shows. And then we established our own following. And I call it a following because that's the terminology they use. So we could say subscribers, because the term that they use following on normally is IG. And Facebook is normally friends. On here, it's subscribers. But we, as the creators, we love to call it family. So all of us pretty much support the same people. And when two people are at war with one another, it divides everybody. Because now we have to pick and choose. And we don't want to offend this person. And we don't want to offend that person. And after a while, you start losing yourself in the bullshit of not offending. You need to be yourself at all times. Go where you want to go. Do what you want to do. If you're not welcome there, you need to tear your ass. Because most of us stay in bad relationships knowing we're not wanted. But for fear of being alone, we'll stay and get abused and mistreated. We're worth more than that. Most of us are teaching children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews. We're holding them to a standard that a lot of us give up when we come out here in this place that they call YouTube. A lot of us get lost in the sauce. And you wouldn't even believe, if we went to your place of employment, the positions that some of us hold, the high esteem that we have, the integrity that we exude, but we get on here and lose it all. And then it begins to trickle into our personal lives, whether we want to admit that or not. It does. And it affects your health. It robs you of your energy. I always tell people to look at Cookie's World because she's a tarot reader. She's not a future reader. But what she does is she deals with numbers, and she'll tell you that if it applies, then allow it to. And if it doesn't, then let it fly. If it doesn't apply, I don't know if you know, but I don't call out the names and the amounts because of all of the confusion and the things going on. But I do like to acknowledge everybody that acknowledged me. And you all don't know how much that really helps me in between time and in the meantime. It does. But I want us to be better than what we've shown ourselves to be. And I think we all have something we could share out here. Kurt, raising your baby. That's a beautiful thing. Something that we could all learn from. All of the gamers. To me, that's an oasis. A getaway from the crazies. Tim, if you're feeling depressed or disgusted and really don't know how to deal with it, it's therapy for free. Now, some people may not see it that way, and that's okay. But what he's talking about is the same thing a therapist talks about. And he's not giving you any advice. He's giving you keys. Love you so much. He's giving you keys somewhere where you can start. I always suggest that you write. And I have journals. But if you can't afford a journal, it's okay. Get you one of these tablets. It's back to school. They got spirals for 15 cents in some places, 25 in others. And don't write for anyone to look at it but you. And keep it in a safe place where nobody can find it but you. So if you misspell words, let them be misspelled. It's okay. You're not writing for nobody but you. Write so you know what it is. I just say, do something. Whatever it is, do something. But we have JJ London, the woman who said out of her own mouth that she poisoned men. She put Visine in their drinks. We have her to deal with as a community. We have Armando Black, the man who's cheating on subscribers and who's sending people in your chats to keep you distracted. And then you have to be mindful. And I have wrenches with everybody. Anybody don't want their wrench, they can gladly give it back. But I don't hold no power with no wrench. I don't do that. But I learned that be careful who you give your wrenches to, because people can go back in your chats and delete comments and stuff like that. They can do some weird stuff. And I had no clue of none of this. You learn a lot of people you think at odds with each other, and you think that they are really mad at each other. A lot of this shit is scripted. And the people you think are enemies are really running a play. It's just so much going on. We got to be careful and vigilant about our own lives, bodies, and energy. Was here earlier, but I got to put some respect on her name. Mrs. Magi, Dr. Magi, Deborah Chisholm. I think I saw Mo Hill, Cassandra. But I got to put some respect on those names because they have put respect on mine. Johnny Blaze. These are people that I did not see. Cassie B, I saw you and hollered you out. But these are people that I did not see, but I want you to know. I want you to know that you mean just as much to me as I mean to you. And again, you don't have to be in people's presence to know a person. Hell, you can live with somebody and not know them. You only get to know what people allow you to know about them. And we as humans, so I be loved, you know I love you. We as humans, we tend to allow other people to dictate how we respond to things. How do I know that? Because I was very bad at it. I'm not too damn good today, but I'm better. We have to strive to be better. That's all we can do. Keep the lines of communication open to your loved ones because you don't know what people are doing and what they're involved in. Like Tracy just asked about the girl JJ. Just think about, you don't know if your child or your loved one, Lady DJ, respect, if your loved one, glad you're here, is using drugs. You don't know if they're trying to smoke weed. You don't know if they're trying to get a little wine cooler, a little drinky drink. Just think if that was fentanyl they was putting in the drinks. Because here in Dallas, it's a crisis. And again, I seen a video in St. Louis. I haven't looked at it. I just put it in my history so that I can look at it. It's St. Louis, I believe, Missouri. But they are talking about the crisis of fentanyl. That's in our community. That's in the hood and what we call the ghettos. And nobody is talking about it. People are coming up missing. And nobody is talking about it. They've even had signs of wild hogs in those areas. And if you don't know anything about wild hogs, while hogs leave nothing behind. So I don't know what's going on. And these are not conspiracy theories. Look up 241 in the U.S. Code. Conspiracy. It's not a theory. We're living, it's an operation. Yes. And a lot of people didn't know, but you know how they used to tell us about the witches of Salem and how they have them all looking European? A lot of those people look just like us. And you know what they were? They were widows. They were widows whose husbands died. And see, women couldn't own property. Only the man could own the property. But when he died, then of course it goes over to the widow. And what they would do is they wanted them to give the land to the church. And if they refused, they would burn them at the stake, and they would call them witches. Boy, so much history we don't know. I suggest to anybody, anytime somebody tells us something that's good for us, you might need to question it. Research it. I don't know anything they've ever done good for us. We can't even own still land. Look at the mortgage and deeds and see, doesn't it read that you're a tenant? You don't own shit. We don't have generational wealth. No matter how much money. Think about the dope dealers that was the real big dope dealers, like Frank Lucas and all of them. Look at the millions and millions, Ricky Freeway Ross and all of them. Look at the millions and millions they made, but they don't have no money. They don't have no land. They don't have nothing. It's a reason for that. It's a reason for that. Thank you, Simset. We got to wake up. I wish I would go and help Tim get those numbers up. Foreman Nancy, help her get to 1,000. It's no way in the hell that Armando should be allowed to keep robbing people of YouTube and Foreman Nancy is not at 1,000. And she may not be like the former in the Dale that we used to hearing about in the books, and the little former with the straw hat on and whoopity-I-O, get along, little duo. She may not be that type of former. But she's forming. She's feeding a community in the heart of the city, the capital of Texas. And she made history. 180 years ago, we were forming that land. She's the first in 180 years. That alone ought to get her 180 subs. I know we have people that look at me that never type in here. Go and sub up to Foreman Nancy. Go sub up to Tim. Go sub up to Cookie's World. Go sub up to Uncle Suge. Go sub up to Mr. Skinny if you like humor. And sometimes his humor is off, but Mr. Skinny is funny as hell. And when he's off, I beg back. But he is funny. He says some dastardly shit. But one thing I know, he's an excellent father from what I can see in his interaction. And the way his babies come in there and love on him. And the way his grown son love on his dad. And told us how he got the name Skinny. Because he used to be real skinny. Real skinny. And he played basketball well. He give us father and children moments. As does Uncle Suge. And that's why I can call him Uncle Suge and Mr. Skinny, Mr. Skinny. I can do that with honor. I can do that. I don't ask that anybody else do what I do. You know, weigh your own relationship with people. But one thing that we have in common is each other. and we all intertwine. And I do my best to support everybody. And you gamers, I don't never see y'all cash apps. I don't know if y'all have them. If so, get my email and send me your cash apps. I don't have a lot, but when I can, I share. Because that's what I want people to do for me. Money is a cycle. We're all really millionaires. We're just not living in our millions. But it cycles back. I don't see you guys posting your cash apps, and maybe you don't have them, and maybe you don't want them. If in case you do have them, and if in case you do want them, sometimes I miss y'all games, but I go on the playback. Just send me an email, toothlesstiger7@gmail.com, or cyjern, CYJERN 1026@gmail.com. Send them. Send them. Rick Rose, excellent man. I love talking to Rick Rose. There's so many of us that I know we're phenomenal people. And it's a lot of y'all so cold-blooded. O.D. the Great. That young man is so beautiful to me. He heard my voice, and I can barely sing. I just like singing, and put it to music, and then made it possible that I can actually get paid for my voice. My son said, oh shit, I can't believe my mama a singer. I couldn't either. But I do have a record, and for me, it's a hit. Yes, baby boy, BMK21. I'm grateful to you too. I don't know if you know anything about the federal building there in Philadelphia, but if you go inside that building, my ex-father-in-law drew that mural that's on the wall there, Charles Searles. It's a big name in Philadelphia. And my ex-husband grew up on Chew Avenue in Germantown. And we still have a friend there, Ed Human. When I went there many years ago, that hoagie just took me away. I mean, he used to talk about it, and I thought that he was just saying shit. And he got on my nerves, so talking about a damn hoagie and a cheesesteak. It wasn't until I ate one that I really understood that was the only thing I ate until I came back to Dallas. They really are truly everything that he said they were. But there's so much history in Philadelphia because Philadelphia used to be known as Philadelphus. Yeah, anybody Google Charles Searles and look at his paintings. To this day, they still sell for $500,000. He has so many. He does the African mask, the canes. He works with metals. He's throughout the United States. His resume is 19 pages long. He's in the Smithsonian and all museums throughout the world. Charles, Charles, Searles, Searles. And he was so black, y'all. He was so Umgawa, Black Power. He married a white European artist, and she has all the rights to everything. And when he died, my ex-husband was still alive, and I think he grieved himself to death, and he did not deal with what could have been his inheritance. We'll never know. But he did not deal with that well, and I think he grieved himself to death. And therefore, we know nothing. But she has all the rights, and she's still selling those paintings right now today. for 500,000 plus. And then she married his friend, and he's, of course, a European. So all of his wealth. And he was a prodigy. He was truly gifted and taught himself everything. And the European woman that he met and married was my ex-husband's age. And my ex-husband is 2 years older than me. And then the sister allowed them to put in the obituary in the paper that he was not my ex-husband's father, which I think is just horrible. But that's what money does to people. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And the lady he's married to, she's a very good artist, has beautiful work. And she's also a minister, and she married people all over the world. But she doesn't think anything of my son, which is the man who she said she loved, grandson. The only one he has, by the way. But that's how it goes in this life. So you have to make your own way and live your own life and be happy with who you are. And once you do that, envy nobody for what they have, because you might not be willing to pay the price that they're willing to pay. On that note, I'm going to get ready to say good night. It's 333, and that's a very good number for me. And I ask that everybody have a beautiful evening. Cold woke, salute. I respect you. I do. I respect you all. And I thank you all for being so good to me. Thank you for every Cash App. Thank you for every type, every letter, every like. Please, everybody, like. If you decide, please share. And would you come back and just make a comment? If you don't do nothing but leave an emoji, that helps us get in the algorithm. That lets YouTube know that people are liking what we do. And that helps us tremendously. And that's why I try to support all of my guys and go and let them know that somebody really do support you guys. And we want y'all to be here and stay. Tasha Jones, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Ernest and Carolyn, I know that you guys were here. Thank you, Uncle Suge. I know you peeped in. I know you listened. But I know you busy and you give them hell. If y'all don't know anything about Uncle Suge, please go and subscribe to Uncle Suge. He has several channels. Mr. Skinny has several channels because a lot of times they be combating what Kwame and them are doing. And so they'll start flagging them and flagging them and flagging them. And people may start flagging me. I don't know. I can't worry about that. I'm just going to do what I need to do. But anybody that need or want to get in touch with me, y'all have my email. And we will go from there. I love you guys. And I just want to thank you for listening to me. I asked you to weigh it out for yourself. I hope you took your pictures with your camera so you can look at those letters and look at them for real. And he can come up with any idea, anything he want to say that we've done or I've done or I didn't. I just took his words and his documents and presented them to you. And so you be the judge. And then I'll let YouTube handle my situation. But I will be back for you guys every Tuesday and every Sunday as I can. And please come back and support me, especially this Tuesday. We're going to have a good one. I don't know if you know anybody that's suffering from drug addiction or just, what they call it, recreational drug use, whatever. This is going to be something very interesting. Conversation you might want to have with your young teenagers because they try to smoke weed and things that we don't know about. And they could end up getting some stuff that could blow their heart out of their chest. It's going to be very interesting. So I look forward to seeing everybody then. I want to say thank everybody. I love you guys. And thank you for the support. Have a good night. And of course, as you know, I'm leaving the Tiger's Den. Goodbye.
This video was made for education and entertainment purposes only. There's no malice or ill intent from the content creator. So please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great evening. Good night.